Do not adjust your set. There's no sound apparently. Okay, I panicked. I thought it was I thought Twitch was unmuted. It is not unmuted. Instead, don't adjust your set. Your set is fine. At least I don't think I have it. Oh, there it is. There's sound.
Dear reader, allow me to introduce you to my book.
I'm not gonna lie. If more books opened like this, I would be a little concerned, actually.
Though it might at first appear like many books you've come across, it is far from ordinary.
Lemony Snicket, is that you?
You may, therefore, have some misunderstandings about its nature. The story that awaits you has not been fully told.
I still stand by your Lemony Snicket.
In fact, its conclusion is not yet known, even to myself.
Is Beacon Hill like a series of unfortunate events? I'm pretty sure one of the books opens like this.
It is in that way that my book is special. It is in that way that you are special. Without you, there is no story.
Don't be another cosmic horror. I'm worried I'm gonna get typecast.
Chapter 1. Normal isn't what it used to be. This is a story about change. Nestled in a shallow valley is the town of Beacon Pines. Far from the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, a young boy walks alone at dawn. His name is Luca Van Horn, and like you, dear reader, he's here for a reason.
Aww. Hey, Dad. How are things going? I have to voice a lot of characters, don't I? I just know I'm going to do a lot of voicing. Well, this is the first day of summer vacation. I start middle school next year, I guess. I was 6 years old when he died. It's been 6 years now. From here on out, you've gone. Bleh. From here on out, you've been gone longer than you were here. I feel like that should mean something. Mom always said this tree was your favorite spot in the world. Me too. Hey, Luca! I knew I'd find you here.
Rollo was Luca's closest friend. He possessed many fine qualities, but subtlety was not one of them.
Should I be shouting his lines? Well, after... I read that wrong? Mother banged on your door. Well, after I banged the door till your gran answered, and after I checked the pond, and climbed up the treehouse, then I knew I'd find you here.
Rollo finally noticed the tears welling in his friend's eyes, and the flowers on the grave.
Did someone die here? Oh, yeah, right. You and your moms always did this on your dad's birthday. Yeah. I didn't know we were gonna keep doing it now that your mom's gone too. She's not gone. She's just missing. So I meant to say since you went missing. She's gonna come back, Laurel. Of course she is. Okay, Dad. See you next time. I think I'm ready to get out of here. Sure, lead the way. Find a charm.
Wonderful. I had a good feeling about you from the moment you opened my book.
What?
That charm is a very special thing. Very special indeed.
I just ran around. What? Okay.
Keep hold of it for now. Its purpose will reveal itself soon enough.
I'm gonna see if what happens if I destroy all these. Do they regrow? Oh, that's cheating! Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Oh, reason was looking for you. I was wondering if you ever get to that. I found the perfect way to start a summer. How's that?
Rollo looked to the side suspiciously.
Not here. They might be watching. The government. I'm gonna... This is probably a very sweet game, and I'm already trying to make it worse. They who? Shh, not so loud. We need to do this in a secure location. Mission control. Alright, just to tell Gran and them can head out. What are you gonna tell her? I don't know, think of something. So I'll send to you. I'll meet you at the welcome sign. Your Gran still kind of weeks me out. I don't do well with new people. It's me, oh god. I don't do well with new people. I don't do well with people. She moved in like half a year ago. Just meet me at the sign when you're done. Treat yourself. I won't be long. That also seems like me. I don't do well with new people. He's been like half a year. I don't do well with new people. If they don't have something I'm like relate to, they're new. Is this my house?
Dear reader, forgive me for this interlude. Remember that charm you found in the dandelion patch? There are more of those special charms to discover throughout Beacon Pines. They've been known to reveal themselves to those who are willing. Some of them can be found in this very house. Gran had already lit the fire. She kept a warm house, as if by grandmotherly obligation.
Oh, I can jump.
One of his father's old stethoscopes. Luca had spent countless hours listening to anything and everything with it. Not for years, though.
Luca's father was a doctor.
Since Gran had moved in, the house was more peaceful, more orderly, and more covered in flowery fabric. Just some dusty knickknacks. An array of prepared meals crowded the refrigerator, each labeled with the day of the week. A pair of dull scissors, a broken can opener, a mostly empty bottle of glue, and some loose string.
Ah, it's a junk drawer.
The only piece of furniture Gran had brought when she moved in was an old hutch.
They'll never get this away from me! I want it in the war! Every time I make fun of the game, I feel bad because it's so cute. A part of me wants it for it to go wrong so I can feel justified in making fun of it.
This is quite exciting. I am now certain that you are the one I've been waiting for all these years. You'll recall I was a bit coy regarding the use of charms earlier. Excuse me, I tend to have a flair for the dramatic.
But I'm not done exploring the house.
You are about to encounter your first turning point. There are certain times in this tale when everything hinges on a single word. Step forth, dear reader.
Nope.
On the other hand, I suppose there's no reason to rush things. Gran will be waiting when you return.
Oh, God.
Luca paused at his parents' bedroom door. He just wasn't ready to go in yet. Gran had commandeered the upstairs closet when she moved in. Some things need shelter from a young boy's mischief, she said. Gran's bed was undisturbed. Luca didn't mind that she had a habit of falling asleep in front of the fireplace. It meant that he could read late into the night.
It's me! When I was a kid, I used to have a habit of reading way late into the night. To the point where I wasn't allowed, like, night lights because I would just use them to read.
Gran's moving in meant that most of Luca's things had been crammed in the corner. Luca was somewhat annoyed by the situation. Luca tossed on his favorite old sweater. Even though it was the first day of summer, a chill still hung in the air.
At least I mash all my charms now. Is there a run button? Nope. So far, there's a jump and a look at things button. Did I jump down all of the stairs? Don't do that, Luca!
A sturdy old wheelbarrow. Young Luca would spend hours hiding in the bushes, waiting for a chance to jump out and startle his mother. She always enjoyed humoring him by feigning terror. A beginner's guide to gardening laid open on the bench.
Hey, Gran, I'm gonna hang with Rolla for the day. See you later. Hold up now. Where are you and Rolla headed exactly? Nowhere special.
The less Gran knew, the better for everyone involved.
12-year-old mindset. We're just gonna go for the day.
We were just gonna go chill for the day.
We're just gonna go chill for the day.
The best lies are built on truth.
You boys are always in a hurry to do nothing. Stick to what we're good at. Oh, make sure you're done chilling in time for supper.
Easy. Impressive. You've managed to navigate your first turning point without too much of a mess. That is the power of charms. A single word can change everything. I think it's time to introduce you to the Chronicle. The Chronicle is a record of the decisions you've made. You can see the turning point, which has been revealed. At any time, you can use the Chronicle to go back and invoke different charms, creating new branches.
Yes, I know how stories work.
Luckily for us, this is the one and only turning point where the charms won't dramatically alter fate. It's the perfect opportunity to experiment with rewriting things.
I'm just turning something on so I don't forget. I don't mean to be distracted from Video game, just think I need to check on some things.
We were just gonna go ponder for the day.
Oh, really? What are we good boys gonna ponder on such a lovely day exactly?
This was Luca's chance to sell his alibi.
You know, big stuff, small stuff, medium, mostly medium pottery. Nailed it. Oh, make sure you don't overburden yourself with a ponderance and pondering. Huh? Oh, forget it. Off with you now. Oh, and Luca, you and Rollo stay out of trouble. I know. Get into trouble. When you're 12-year-old and think you're immortal. I've never thought that. Come on. Dang it, Rollo.
For a town that saw few visitors, the welcome was perhaps more grand than necessary.
You know the drill. Don't let anyone discover our secret path.
Chapter 2. Welcome to Beacon Pines. For many years, this valley had been a small mining outpost.
Small mining outpost, Beacon Pines. I'm getting the secret. Please. Please, no cosmic horror. I'm begging you. Please just be a small game that talks about, like, the stuff little kids get worried about and such.
It wasn't until Sharper Valentine built his fertilizer company that Beacon Pines was established. Over the next 30 years, the town had grown and prospered until the foul harvest and his sudden death. In the 6 years since, everyone was simply trying to get by.
Hey, Mr. Kerr. Hey there, pal!
William Kerr was the CEO of Perennial Harvest Company. He had become a fixture around town over the past few years. After the failing of Valentine Fertilizer, the town was hungry to welcome a new source of employment.
Excited for the big festival? Oh, sure. Come now, when I was your age, there's nothing more exciting than the town festival. The food, the music, the dancing. Sounds pretty alright. You gosh darn right it is. Look forward to letting out some steam myself. You can invite all your little friends. I couldn't get Rollo away if I tried. Excellent. Sorry, Luca, I get back to the pervertible grindstone. Our harvest awaits and all that. Sorry, young Mr. Van Home can't talk right now. Very busy with preparations.
Mayor Augustus Valentine was not busy.
He was a sad man. Oh, sorry, Gus. How many times do I... It's Mayor
Flustered, Gus instinctively loosened his tie.
It became too loose and then... Alright, what can the Mayor of Beacon Pines do for you today? Oh, just saying hi, I guess. Well, good day to you too, Mr. Van Horn. Yeah, looking cool. Leaning up against things. Is this anything or is this me? Is it like all the chairs in A Hat in Time? I think it's like the chairs in Hat in Time.
Mr. Sinclair continued snoring and lifted one eyelid just enough to see who it was. A tactic he often used to avoid undesirable conversation.
I'm only gonna talk if it's actually a big cutscene thing. Or if I like the dialogue. How's the napping today? Grummy as always. It's a perfectly nice view from here. Till the Pinocchio harvest put that monstrosity of a building in the way. And just move your chair a bit. Why should I be the one that moves? It's a showdown they want. I ain't gonna be the one who blinks. So yeah, if it looks like dialogue, I'm gonna want this voice. I'll voice it, but otherwise. Be the freaking king and I'd be the freaking king of nickels. So avoid them. Mr. Van Holm, do you have a moment? It's just Luca. Oh, I'm sorry, it's my first week at Pinocchio Harvest.
He pulled a pen from the pocket of his sweater vest and began to frantically jot something down on a clipboard.
Wonderful. It won't happen again. We're going to be on a first name basis. Then you can call me Pete. Oh, nice to meet you, Pete. Sorry, what are you writing? Oh, just documenting. Gosh, exciting to be part of something so darn special. You know, it's not about new fountains and phone booths. We're gonna change the world. It starts here in Beacon Pines. Isn't it amazing? Uh-huh. Anyway, I better get... Oh, that reminds me. We'd love to hear your thoughts. My thoughts? You bet. We're gonna change this town. We need to get every detail right. That sounds intense. Change of the world is intense. So what'd you say? You answer a few questions? I guess if it's quick. Wonderful! Open to answering a few quick questions. One down. See, it's not that hard, is it? Okay, we're going already. Something to love about Beacon Pines. I haven't really thought about it before. Perfect! It's the only place I've lived. See, that wasn't so painful.
Pete stopped scribbling and glanced up from the clipboard.
Was it? I guess not. Huzzah! Our first 3 questions answered in record time! Are you literally writing down everything? Thank you so much for your time. I need to process these answers. And save the rest of your thoughts for later. Okay. Our harvest awaits! Alright. I got distracted trying to find things.
Whenever Luca saw his dad's chair by the pond, it reminded him of the days they'd pack up a couple of sandwiches and fish until sundown.
Go get your bait from the tackle box, buckaroo.
Luca opened the tackle box and picked the perfect bait. Luca tied a shoestring to the hook. What fish could resist a nice shoestring? Luca gently baited a feather onto the hook, good for skimming the surface.
A duck. What? I'll be switched. It's your old rubber ducky. We're just a little dry in a bowl of fleur when you lost that. Cried for days. I told you to turn up.
Luca tied a shoe. What fish could.
Every time it shakes, I stop reeling it. Boot! Where do you think the other one is? Hard to say. Some things drift away. It's not fair. No, it's not. Well, wherever it is, I hope the other boot has at least a stock to keep it company. Say we could use Luke's bait. Let's say it. I guess it's a mini game I have to come back to occasionally.
The boys had a good thing going. As long as they kept old Jeff happy, they had an endless source of precious materials to add to the treehouse. After Luca's father had passed, Rollo became obsessed with them building their own Hank atomic star scraper. It was some time before Luca realized it was Rollo's way of keeping him occupied.
You're kind of nice with Rollo.
On certain nights, when the clouds were just right, the boys could tune into strange patterns of static. Rollo thinks it's aliens. He always thinks it's aliens. Luca looked up at the satellite dish. Rollo nearly killed himself putting that up into the tree. While it didn't turn the radio into an interstellar communicator, as he'd hoped, it did at least boost the signal enough to overhear truckers one town over.
Okay, what's the top secret plan to start our summer? So you know the abandoned warehouse by my place? The old Valentine building? Yeah, well, it isn't abandoned. Unless you think that. Get this. Last night it was glowing. Glowing? Are you sure? Kinda. This place has been empty since the fowl harvest. Yeah. Ever want to poke around that place? We would, Rollo. We would. Wait. It's just a busted old warehouse. You're the one who suggested it! I just meant we could do some research at the library. You want to actually go to the warehouse? What do you expect to find? Answers. Glowy things. My mom's out there somewhere. Seems like everyone wants to pretend that she's gone for good. You don't have to come, Rollo, if you don't want to. Look, remember the time I sort of accidentally burned down the chicken coop? And you jumped in and said it was your fault before my pa throttled me? This is a flaming chicken coop sort of deal. I got your back. Thanks, Rollo. Now that I think about it, talking about a dick crap Farrell's warehouse exactly on the first want to spend the first day of summer. Let's go! And then he falls, and then I don't see him again.
Luca's winter coat decommissioned for the summer. With the cold holding out longer than usual, he reconsidered its usefulness.
Good. Now he can never return. Being so mean. Where do I go? I'm just catching my breath a bit. Go on. I'll get ya. Air. Lungs. Air. Lungs. This isn't helping. Not really.
Miss Hatch could often be found near the fountain. Too absorbed in a book to be distracted.
Piper? You know it's summer break, right? And it's like the morning. And you're studying? The bird gets a proper education required for a successful and fulfilling career later in life.
Holden Wilder ran the local paper of record, the Beacon Beacon.
Winds of change are blowing, and change is a dangerous animal. Luca, just the fellow I was looking for. Hey, Roxy, what's up?
Oh, right. Rendezvous with Roxy. This is an important turning point. The first time where your charms will change the course of fate. And currently, we only have one suitable charm at our disposal. Have no fear, we can always return later using the Chronicle once we find more charms. Well, now I'm just rambling. Where were we?
Have you seen my blockhead brother today? He skipped out before breakfast. Well, not really, no. Can't say I have. Can't say or won't say. Roxy, would I lie to you? Luca, wake up! I almost forgot to tell you! Roxy might be lurking around here. It's one of her favorite places to stand around and be useless. Rolo? We need to make sure she doesn't spot us. Rolo? Why are you doing that turny thing with your body? Well, you're not scared, are you? She's harmless. And jump. And she's right around the corner, isn't she? Don't mind me. Just over here lurking uselessly. Oh, hey, sis! Nice weather we're having, huh? I couldn't help you but notice you snuck out this morning before breakfast. Wasn't hungry! Us couldn't help noticing your morning chore was left unchored. Roxy, I'm gonna live with you. I'm sick and tired of digging up carrots. You all gotta pick up the slack since the bough harvest. Almost every carrot I dig up is rotten. The rest look like they're hit with Hank's atomic shrinker ray. All the more reason to keep on digging. It's got with more life than puny carrots. Look, Roxy. Luca and I have places to be, so if you don't mind... Oh, I do mind. I'm not gonna catch hell again because of you. So either mush yourself home or harvest those carrots, or I'll haul you home myself.
Rolo froze as Roxy took a step toward him, cracking her knuckles. Luca knew he had one chance to save his friend from being dragged home. In the past, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little chill.
This is probably not the way to do this. Come on, Roxy, it's the first day of summer. The sun's shining, you just want to take it easy. Let's leave tomorrow's problems for tomorrow. That's great and all, but Rollo's problems away becoming my problems. Polly says tomorrow's work is best left for yesterday. March, you big oaf. Ah, rats. Expect a full report about the Valentine place. A full report! So, Fitz, what are you up to this lovely day? Nope. Cool. Cool. Cool.
A bit much, if you ask me.
I skipped past the statue. Yes, Solomon. Apologies. No time for chit-chat. Bye, either small man or child. Luke, my boy, hold up a tick. Oh, Mr. Nutcreed. Nuncreed. I was just on my way too. I just saw the last jar of your grandmother's pursues. Can't shock the shelves fast enough, turns out. Hey, that's great, but I guess Jupiter will have to swing by with more of a lovely jam. Uh-huh. Don't let this old man slow you down. You just remind her that she still owes me that dance. Pulls out a gun. The last dance of all dances. There's something wrong with me. This is a nice game. And I'm just making it worse.
A promise Gran regretted the second it was made.
Will do. She's a fine woman. Yeah, she's pretty cool, I guess. A real fine woman. Gotta go.
The phone booth was brand new, part of Perennial Harvest's Beacon Pines Reborn initiative. It didn't see much use. Luca peeked up at the beehive. It appeared to be deserted.
That's strange.
After the foul harvest destroyed their wealth and reputation, the Valentines shuttered off their estate from the rest of town.
I think I got blue roses. Or they're probably some other flower, actually. I did post it, right? I didn't think I did, and then no. Okay, I did.
The path led into a small hollow at the edge of Weepwood.
Okay, now turning back now. Caution, electrified fence. Is that saying no?
The fence thrummed with a gentle electric buzz.
Okay, so what would Rollo do if he was here?
Luca often asked himself what Rollo would do, so that he could rule out that option.
I'm definitely not touching that thing. Yeah, don't touch an electric fence. They hurt.
As sparks flew from the fence, the light atop that section shut off. 2 bulbs remained.
That's 2.
1 more to go. The fence's buzzing gave way to silence.
Okay, moment of truth.
Every kid in town knew the old Valentine fertilizer building. Long abandoned, the warehouse once served as the industrial heart of Beacon Pines. Now, it stood only as a reminder of things left behind. The dormant building showed strange signs of life.
Okay, so Rolo wasn't exaggerating for once. What's going on here?
There was only one way to find out.
Wow, that smells awful. Too bad Rolo's not here. I have no problem poking around there.
The hose emitted a subtle sound. It was actively draining some kind of liquid. The water looked almost diseased. It flowed slowly into the woods.
Okay, so don't flash around this. Good to know. Locked.
Luca thought he heard faint sounds coming from the other side of the door. He pressed his ear against the cold metal to hear better.
A zipper? Footsteps?
The sound of footsteps grew louder.
Hello? Shit.
The heavy steel door knocked Luca to the ground. Disoriented, he looked up to see an imposing figure silhouetted in a green glow. It lunged toward him. He tried to scramble away, but felt a gloved hand latch onto his ankle. Luca watched his fingernails leave trails in the dirt as the hand slowly dragged him back through the door, into the lab, into the green light. This is a story about change. It was far from the sort of change Luca imagined for himself. But change is, after all, a dangerous animal. The end?
What?
I probably should have warned you about this. There are many paths that our story can take. Most will end in tragedy, but don't let that discourage you.
Is this another cosmic horror story? Come on.
We will find the ending that this story deserves. I just know it. From here on out, a charm will have a check mark when it's been used to its full potential at a given turning point. Now, let's try something different.
Yes.
In the past, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little shit.
Make a break for it! What have you done? Oh shit, just kick me. I don't even want you little twerps, you gotta come home eventually. Sorry!
Jeff's hardware closed down about a year ago. The effects of the foul harvest stretched wide. When there are no crops in the field, tractors don't need fixing.
Sorry about that. Rolo can get overexcited sometimes.
Solomon Valentine, current ward of and future successor to the Valentine fortune, huffed as he brushed off his pants.
A town of complete and utter fools. One wonders worth taking anything here seriously. Either way, I'm really sorry. No matter, how are you doing? Me? Yes, with all the business about your mother and whatnot. Oh, I'm getting by. Is there no word from her at all? No. That is truly a shame. Your grandmother has taken residence to keep house? Yeah. And how's that going? We mostly stay out of each other's way. Make it sounds like she's rarely at home. It's not like that. She just has a lot to do. She's still settling and trying to figure out how to make ends meet. Indeed. Well, count your blessings. It's better to have a caretaker's rarely around, and allow one who tries to compensate you by smothering you with attention. Doesn't sound so bad. Trust me when I say, it's best to rely on yourself. Find his way to create more problems than they solve.
Solomon trifled a gesture toward the approaching heiress Valentine.
Speak of the devil. Do not wander off like that. I'm much too busy looking all over you. Apologies, Harris. I was just taking a stroll through town. Strolls are for commoners. You're a Valentine now. I want you to be present for the construction of the History Museum. The future of this town relies on the ability to remember our family's great past. Of course. No! Can I avoid him? Ah, crap. Luca, my boy, hold up a tick. I'm sorry, Mr. Nuncreed. Kind of in a hurry right now. Boy's got too much of his father in him. Hi, win. Little help. I am the champion. We were racing? Did that road get longer? I think anything ever changes around here. It seemed longer. You're just lightheaded from the run. You just need to pace yourself better next time. I'm not sure to take advice from second place. Has this sign always been there? Wait, what? Caution, electrified fence. No, that's definitely no. Creepy. I'm gonna get around electric fence. Don't worry, I got this. Why did you do that? Papa says you can always figure out what the plan is when you're done. Great. What now? Well, I did my part and established that touching the fence is bad. Sure you can handle it from here. I'll supervise. From a safe distance. Wow, you're a genius. I think that did it, Luca. He never failed to impress.
As the glowing windows of the old warehouse came into view, Rollo began to bounce excitedly.
Check it out. Dang, Rollo, you weren't exaggerating for once. Was there ever any doubt? This definitely needs investigating. Good thing 2 ace detectives are on the case. This is bizarre. This is awesome. Did you feel that? What, the excitement in the air? You bet your butt I did. Check out this puddle. That's not normal. And this hose. Oh man, the door's locked. Try harder. No dice, it won't budge. Oh well. This dumpster's new, right? I bet it got stuff in it. Can't really see what's in here. Who did all this? My nose itching. I think I smell some treasure. Sure that isn't the hazardous waste? Just help me get in. Rollo, it would be my honor to throw you in the trash. Come on, Lady Luck. So what's in there? Let's see. Squishy bag squish. Wow. A good inch of Stanget sludge. Your natural habitat. Wait, hold the phone. Hold 2 phones. Check these bad boys out. Are those Walkie-talkies? Just like at Hank Atomic Communicators. Do these actually work? Routed from the Hank Atomic. Hank, do you read me? This is Hank Atomic, ground control command. You are coming 5 by 5. How are your vital readouts, Hank? It's getting a little stuffy in here. Requesting assistance for evac. Help is on the way. What was that? Someone's coming. Give me your hand. Try, my hands are covered in squish. Scoot over. I'm coming in. Tell me you saw that. Dude, I don't know what I saw. It's coming back. Get down.
The boy sat petrified under the weight of the bag.
Oh god, tell me that's not what I think it is. Luke. Okay, do you know what separates run-of-the-mill detectives from ace detectives? Ridiculous hat. When chips are down, ace detectives dig deeper for clues.
Rollo felt around at the large sack which burdened them.
Aha!
He snapped off a tag from just within a small zipper opening in the bag.
Some sort of badge or something. What's it say?
Rollo held the badge up to a faint shaft of light within the dumpster.
Dr. Prescott, Deep Engineering. It's a name tag. What's the rare bag full of slimy old name tags? I think that's just one name tag in the bag full of something else. Okay. 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 I think we should make a break for it. Stay calm, there's no time to panic. I'm not panicking! You're panicking! Rollo, calm down. You don't have to squeeze my hand so hard. Dude, I'm not holding your hand. I'm messing around. What other slime-covered hand would be here? Oh! No! This was so cute! Like 45 minutes ago. No, not even 45 minutes ago. It was so cute a few minutes ago, and now it's all weird. I'm gonna see the benefits of your Run for Our Lives plan. Right, we're clearly established and faster than you, so I'll go first. Why not go together? Flaming chicken coop, Luca. I'll make sure the coast is clear. If I go, count to 100. If you hear me yell, run. If you don't hear me yell, run. Actually, either way, haul ass. Rollo will give you credit. Sure found a way to start our summer. What'd I do? Here goes nothing.
Lucas sat in the dark, tracking the sound of Rollo's footsteps as he ran. 1, 2, 3. He pressed his ear to the dumpster wall, straining to hear Rollo's footsteps as they faded away. 15, 16, 17. He tried not to think about the contents of the dumpster as he counted. 35, 36, 37. The thick stench made it hard to breathe. Screw it, that's long enough. Luca carefully lifted the lid and peered out. Nothing. No sign of Rollo. No sign of the man in the yellow suit. Time to haul ass. Luca clambered from the dumpster, stumbling to his knees. He was up like a shot and running, sprinting toward home as fast as he could. Beacon Pines flew by, blurred by the tears that welled up in his eyes. He wouldn't remember getting home at all that night. Throwing his front door open, storming up the stairs to his room and surrendering to sleep almost as abruptly as he hit his pillow. Chapter 3. Finding a Friend. The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
I finished jawing a mess of jam last night. Uh-huh. So that needs to get delivered into town today. Okay. So what did you and Rollo get up to yesterday? Oh, nothing interesting. Hello? Calm down. No, of course it was the right thing to do. Start gathering folks, I'll be right there. You sure there isn't anything you want to tell me about yesterday? Anything I want to tell you? Not really, we just sort of ran around a bit.
Gran's brow furrowed. She let out a long sigh. Her voice was quiet and even.
I have to go take care of something. You're to stay in this house for the day. Under no circumstances are you to leave. What? I'm not back by dinner. They're still in the icebox. But nothing. You're to stay here, understand? Yeah. Say it. I'll stay here until you get back. Good. That was strange. All day reading, I guess.
An eerie electronic sound echoed from Luca's bedroom.
Hello? Is anyone there? Hello? Rollo, is that you? Over? Yeah, I'm coming. Oh, hey, Roxy. It's about me accidentally kicking you yesterday. Is Rollo here? No. Look at me, Luca. This is serious. Is Rollo here? No, I haven't seen him since yesterday. Rollo didn't come home last night. What?
A pit formed in Luca's stomach.
Where's the last place you saw him? We were playing around in Weepwood, and then it was late and we went home. Weepwood, is he alive? I'm going to kill that little creep. Is there anything else? Anything he said?
Luca's mouth felt dry.
No, we're just messing around. Okay. I need to let people know to check the woods. You just stay out of trouble. Go see if he's hiding in the library or something.
Luca could feel his heart beating in his throat.
Rollo. Where are you? Grandma said not to leave the house. I'm suggested to go find Rollo in the library. Hey, Bert. Nope. Howdy, Luca. Hello again, Pete. I'm not Pete, you silly goose. It's Toby. Could have fooled me. Oh, hey, it's no blow up ammo. Important thing is, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Yeah, I'm getting that impression. We're all part of something special, Luca. And it all starts right here in Beacon Pines. I get it.
Toby looked up from the clipboard excitedly.
That's right. So I would start by telling me. Oh, look, no offense, but I got my own stuff to take care of. Yeah, you joker. We're all part of this together. I got the title wrong. God damn it! I didn't even notice. I'll fix it next time. I don't know why I keep thinking this game's called Beacon Hills. Which for why I keep thinking I don't have anything planned most of the time because I keep writing down right Beacon Hills and it's Beacon Pines. I'm just blind for some reason. This together. Let us know if you're free to answer a few questions. What's this about a missing child? I must stress the situation is completely under control. It just seems so terrible. Are you sure there's nothing we can do to help? Nonsense. Young Mr. Carter will turn up safe and sound, I am certain. Just focus on settling in. I trust my sister supplied you with suitable login. Oh yes, Mr. Valentine's been more than accommodating. We're just telling her daughter, Beck, that... Now where does she run off to?
Oh, the cobs I've eaten, a salad-centric travel guide for the mildly adventurous. Sally Seashore's simple, succulent sundries.
Is this a book on tongue twisters?
Luca brushed off a smudge of dust. Or maybe it was flour. 30 recipes so easy you'll doubt it's even edible. A peek behind the curtain. The methods and ruminations of Patrick C. Montesquieu. One of the greatest acting minds of our time by Patrick C. Montesquieu.
Patrick C. Patsy Montesquieu. Normally I don't get... I'm pretty sure that's like a pun thing.
There were rarely any actual
I don't
new
see the
editions.
pun, but that's probably it.
Simply a variety of existing content rotated into the front display each week.
Not fooling anyone.
Mycological phosphorescence.
More like my complete loss of interest.
The bottom corner shelf was a dusty array of thick science books. Only one binding was clean enough to read. Cellular Biology and the Chemistry of Mitosis.
Boring.
The entire top level of the library was devoted to comics. most of which were Hank Atomic and the myriad of lesser revered spin-offs.
Nerd poke around the library. Heck yeah, man! I spent many a summer in the library, and only the library. No.
Kato volunteered at the library during the summers. He wasn't very social, so he'd dedicate each summer to becoming an expert in a single subject, making him a reliable source of very particular knowledge. If you were to ask Kato something he didn't know, he'd escape into the dusty old bookshelves and return with just the right thing.
Hey, Kato.
Kato was lost in his reading. Luca crooked his neck to see the title, Introduction to Melitology.
Oh, hey, look out! You snuck up on me. Good book? No, just started it.
He gestured to the shelves.
I'm not really running books I haven't read yet. And now it's under the wonderful world of bees. And the bees are pretty cool. For instance, did you know that around 70% of bee species actually live in underground tunnels? Or if there are only two queens in a hive, they'll fight to the death for supremacy? That's interesting, but you haven't seen Rollo around recently, have you? Not since yesterday. Give me an out for him, okay? Sure thing. If I see him, you'll be the first to know. That's a pun. Laugh so I understand how friendship works. I'm not making fun of him. That's usually why that's half of my humor. Just can behind a locked door. Oh yeah, Mr. Yoon Creed works weird hours sometimes. Of course he does. How about you? When do I work? No, what's your name? Luke Van Horn. Luca Van Horn. You new here? Yep, not by choice.
Beck's family moved often, giving her little time to establish any real connections.
Yeah.
She would tell you she prefers it that way.
I'm looking for my friend Rollo. He didn't come home last night. So he's missing? I guess so. Like, missing? Missing? Is that sort of thing happen a lot around here?
Luca shifted his feet uncomfortably.
Well, that sucks. Yeah. So I should probably get going. Hey, wait up. What?
Beck pulled a coin from her pocket.
I'm coming with you. What? So says the unlucky penny. Unlucky? Yeah, well, technically it lands on heads. Leave this kid to find his friend alone. But I always do the opposite. That's kind of like me and Rollo. I guess Rollo was my unlucky penny. That settles it. A person should never be without their unlucky penny. Let's go find him. The name's Beck. Pleasure to meet ya, Beck. Suppose I could use some help. Try to keep up. Dang, they boarded up the way in. I should have done that in the first place.
Luca felt a chill as he approached Beck. Her eyes were locked on the strange green liquid. The nearby grass was coated in a fine layer of frost.
Is this sort of thing normal around here? Because puddles or glowing ooze is definitely not what I expected from this place. I told my friends that I'm making fun of this game to come watch. Because it's so sweet. And now I'm informing them that I am very wrong. I have no idea what that stuff is. Now, next obvious step is science. And what does science suggest? Poke it with a stick.
Luca watched as Beck dipped a broken tree branch into the goo. Beck's eyes widened as flowers grew from the dead wood. First small buds, which quickly bloomed into vibrant petals.
What the? Cool.
As quickly as they had grown, the flowers began to shrivel and turn gray. Beck dropped the stick with a grunt of disgust.
Okay. So science tells us this skunk is weird as hell. Yeah, it seems dangerous. Hey Tish, look what the cat dragged. Yep. I don't have time for this right now, Iggy. I don't say it like that, it hurts Tish's feelings. Ain't that right, Tish? Yep. She looks fine to me. Well, hello. I don't think we've been properly introduced. Iggy's the name. This is my compatriot, Tish. Yep. Probably heard of us. Can't say I have. Forgive just this once on account of you being new around here. Why are you hanging with this dud? Yeah, you seem pretty alright. Iggy, why do you have to be so... you? Has anyone told you his parents skipped out on him? Shut up. I'm sure if they got tired of having a pathetic kid that left him. Hey, can you say this one time? Don't talk about my family. Looks to have gone around backbone now. He has the girls round. First his pop scroped. Then his finally couldn't take it anymore and bounced.
Iggy took a step towards Luca, his sneer lit by the glowing puddle. Beck could see tears welling in Luca's eyes, his fists clenched. Some things about Beacon Pines were very different from the city. But a bully from a hayseed town is really no different from a city bully. Beck took a deep breath and thought. Well, time to bust out the strange.
Alright, look, it looks like you need a mud bath. What's wrong with you, Nick Kid? We're about to pound your friend.
Beck stared in silence, the only sign of life being the twitch of an eye.
It's weird when people don't talk. Stop being a weirdo. Hello? Are you some kind of wackadoo? Makes sense, wackadoos traveling pats, eh, Dud?
At the sight of Iggy taunting Beck, something in Luca snapped. Iggy's smirk shifted to a look of shock as Luca launched himself into his stomach. Iggy's clothes were drenched in the glowing ooze.
Jerk, my clothes are ruined. I'm gonna...
Iggy's voice began to slur as he struggled to get up.
I don't feel so good. Help? I'm sorry, I just... Oh, shit. That was intense. It's gonna be okay, right? Nothing about this seems okay.
The person at the warehouse. This strange ooze and what it did to Iggy. Was Rollo caught up in all of this?
I have to find Rollo. Took the words out of my mouth. That's not a way. That's not a way. Oh there, little buddies. You startled me. What the dickens are you up to in this part of town? Just having a look for Rolo. Now, you haven't heard the good news? Rolo showed up safe and sound a bit ago. Really? So where was he? It's funny, really. You just gotta let it turn around in the woods. It can be disorienting, no? I'm starting to get that impression. Rolo's at his house now getting some well-deserved rest. Ah, that's a relief. Should scurry along before you get lost yourselves. Yeah, come on back. I can't wait to introduce you to Rolo. Oh, that reminds me. Luke, your grandmother was looking for you. She was? She was worried sick. You should march straight home. I guess. Beck, your folks might be getting worried too. I'll walk you home. I need to talk with Nellie about work anyway.
Beck glanced toward Luca.
I guess all well that ends well. Introduce you to Rolo tomorrow. Sure. Glad he's okay.
Rolo was safe. A wave of relief washed over Luca, which was quickly replaced by a sense of dread. Gran is going to kill me. If he hurried, he might just make it home before sundown. Chapter 4.
Luca, death by grandmother.
Our harvest awaits.
That's not better.
Luca took a deep breath and gingerly opened the door, steeling himself for Gran's wrath. This is a story about struggle. Luca could hear a machine humming somewhere nearby. He felt around wildly, searching for something, anything that could help. His hands found a hard object, maybe a tile? He yanked it free, lifting the cold stone. Let me go! Luca swung the tile as hard as he could at the shape that still held fast to his leg. He heard the crack of glass as the stone hit the assailant's mask. With a muffled yelp, the hand let go. Luca was free and scrambled to the door. He never looked back once on the long run home. Chapter 3. Everything's fine. The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table.
Oh, god damn it.
Only the sound of
I
silverware
thought that would
and
also
chewing
lead to
interrupted
death.
the awkward silence.
I'm not gonna read things I've already done. It's 2 batches of dropped off. One Mr. Tolliver at the Bag and Wag. Another for Mr. Fatelli at the diner. Oh, and Mr. Nuncreed. He said he wanted some more. As expected as much. Yes, he seems to take an interest in my jam. There's some extras in the basket for that enthusiastic gentleman. Just make sure Fratelli and Tolliver get the ones on top. No problem. Off with you now. The day is still young. Hello, it's Julian in Per Hartford. Before you hang it up, just hear me out. I have a business proposition. Simple matters, we both have the same problem that needs solving. Very well, we can meet tonight. Okay. Sorry about yesterday. Roxy can be so annoying. But good news, no more boring chores for me today. You make it to the old Valentine warehouse? So, what did you find? Give me the dirt. Something happened. There was someone else there. What? Who was it? Was it aliens? I knew it would be aliens. No. Zombies? No. Alien zombies? What else could it possibly be? Rolo, I gotta live with these in the town first. can catch up after. Ooh, is it a whole thing? Sounds like a whole thing. Yeah, we shouldn't talk about it here. Meet me at the treehouse tonight. I'm not sure what this trail is that you speak of. Meet me at Mission Control. Roger that, Space Cadet. Huh. Let's go around. Toby ain't here. Looking for 2 months of ice cream. No, I'm good.
Huddled at his counter, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining apples. More accurately, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining one apple.
Hello? Oop.
With a yelp, Mr. Tolliver fumbled the apple, flailing at the air as it fell.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, now bother, now
He
bother.
leaned forward and lowered his voice.
I see you have something for me. Yeah, Grandma, some jam I'm supposed to give to you?
He leaned in a bit further.
Jam? Yeah, these ones on top. Sure wrote your name on them?
Mr. Tolliver leaned back, speaking loud enough for anyone to hear.
Ah, yes, the jam! Thank you so much for delivering this jam to me!
He reached forward and snapped up the jars of jam, giving Luca a little wink.
Should I put it on my shore sales post haste? Okay, I should finish my deliveries. Of course! Of course!
He leaned in for a final whisper.
Of course.
We all know Beacon Pines is a great town. What you may not know is great towns grow from mighty roots. And that is why you cannot tell the story of Beacon Pines without telling the story of one Sharper Valentine. Young Sharper's keen intellect and strong moral fiber led to a grand vision. A vision of a community dedicated to a better tomorrow. In his own words, a better tomorrow is within our grasp, but it requires a singular mind to harness it. Lucky for us, he decided to grow that vision here, in Beacon Pines. And how does one grow a better tomorrow? With fertilizer, of course. Valentine's Fertilizer Company became the lifeblood of a town yearning for purpose. But then tragedy struck, a scientific experiment gone wrong. An accident which took Sharper away from us far too soon. To this day, we struggle to pick up the pieces. But one foul harvest isn't enough to stop the people of Beacon Pines. The spirit of Sharper Valentine lives on. It lives in the hearts of everyone with a dream for a better tomorrow. Together, we will follow his example and grow a bountiful future. Paid for by the Valentine family and the Valentine Fertilizer Company Remembrance Fund.
That was unhelpful. Got some jam for you, Mr. Nuncreed. Luke, you seem chipper. Aside from being on delivery duty, it's a nice day.
Mr. Nuncreed eyed Luca for a moment, then nodded in agreement.
I suppose it is. So, do you want your jam? Oh, right. Usually, Juniper drops those off herself. I guess she's busy today?
Luca handed the jam to Mr. Nuncreed, and he nestled it with both hands.
Well, I'll just have to finish this batch up quicker than normal. You tell her to go ahead and get started on my next order. You got it! Hey, Don. Hey, Luca, what's
Dawn
up?
had dreams of becoming a big-time reporter. At night, she searched for the story that could be her big break. By day, she hawked papers at the newsstand.
I got you jam delivery, yeah? Yep. Hey, Don, have you noticed anything weird going around town lately? What sort of weird things? Stuff going on at the old Valentine building. Luca, no, you're sending Dawn to her death. You must have heard some things. We're concerned about it right now. Man found dead at old Valentine building. Ugh. Every so often it feels like I'm gonna go fall into another coughing fit, so I'll just stop for a bit. What's going on? Can't say quite yet. I seem to follow up on a few leads. Keep me in the loop, okay? Sure thing. Have you seen the new kid around yet? New kid? Not in this timeline. Yep, came in from the big city. Parents got both got jobs here. But get this, one of them is working for William Kerr and Perennial Harvest. The other one's working for Harris Valentine. And Valentines represent Beacon Pines' past. Perennial Harvest position itself as the town's future. Must make some interesting dinner table conversations. Maybe they just don't talk about work at dinner. The Last Chance Diner. So I had come up with an idea entirely based off a line from Patton Oswalt about how you don't go to Denny's, you just end up at Denny's. And it's like an Adidas road-like, and I just shelved it because I don't know how to make a road-like. Last Chance Diner sounds like a good name for it. That gets around the fact that Denny's is trademark.
Luca squinted at the faded photo of him and his mom at the diner. Memories of that day came flooding back.
Haven't met you yet. Aren't you a little young to be waiting tables?
Luca glanced at the empty seat across from Gus. Jeff slapped the table and gave Luca a toothy grin.
He must be around when he's 6. Jeez. Mr. Kerr has asked me to make the opening speech at the festival. Me, Mayor, and all, he might expect me to be a charismatic speaker. Truth is, I'm terribly nervous. I really don't think I'm cut out for this sort of thing. I'd be mayor or public speaking. Both, I suppose. I don't really choose any of this. It's more of a duty to my family. Or a legacy. Sounds like a heavy burden. It's the festival, just speak from your heart. I'm sure it'll be great. I keep coming up with dark jokes. I don't want to tempt the game. I made a few and it went wrong. Those are my favorite little jam runner. Hey, Mrs. Patilli. Look at
She
you.
leaned forward and pinched Luca's cheek.
You're all skin and bones. Is your grand not feeding you? She is, it's just... I understand. You know, I taught your mama how to cook back in the day. Might even remember when you and her used to help out in the diner. See the picture over there? That's you helping your mama back in the day. So cute running around in a little apron taking orders. The whole situation just breaks my heart with what happened to Eleanor. I get a feeling she's out there somewhere, yearning to be with you again. Few things in the world can keep a mother from her son.
Luca shifted the basket uncomfortably.
Oh yeah, let's see here.
Mrs. Fratelli lifted the cloth and inspected the jam.
Looks like I got me your last delivery. I don't know the basket until the next time I see you and Juniper. You gonna tell your grand hello for me, Luca? Is it the same thing again? Yes. Hey, you! Anchovies or pineapple? What? Don't think. Just answer. Pineapple. Why? How old are you? 12? Perfect. Follow me. Where are you? Anyone tell you you ask too many questions? Just try to keep up, okay? What just happened? Well... Hey, what a crazy coincidence! It's my new friend I was just telling you about. Oh, that's wonderful! Yeah, we just headed off. Oh, really? Get this space top in the whole world is pineapple. Oh, what's your new little friend's name?
Beck locked eyes with Luca. The look on her face was equal parts expectant and desperate.
Luca Van Horn. Nice to meet you. I'm Nellie, and this is Iola. We're Beck's parents.
Beck gave Luca a quick nudge.
Oh yeah, Beck told me all about you. It feels like we've known each other for years. Just can both self-assess about me making friends. Oh, darling, we never doubted you. Just for children for fewer than 5 close friends, probably with stunned development of doubles. Well, 1 down, 5 to go, I guess. What Nellie needs is we just want this move to be as easy on you as possible. Relax. A friend has been friended. Let's cause for a celebration. Luke must join us for dinner tonight. Dinner? Oh, another coincidence. He asked me, he said he would love to. It's just wonderful. I guess we should pick up some groceries. So you don't get in too much trouble now. Wow, I can't believe that worked. Thanks a ton. You're welcome? I owe you one. My moms are great and all, but they can be a bit much sometimes. Our house is a little cottage next to that big mansion place. Wait, you live on the Valentine estate? Yeah, that's the spot. Meet me by the big creepy gate. Don't be late. We're back straight one of this whole friend grift. Great, see you there.
Luca tied a small magnet to the line, fishing with the law of attraction.
Everything locked is for this key. Now, why would we want to find that? Does anyone know the secret? That's no fun. The second we know what it locks, it just becomes boring no key. Right now, this key can unlock anything. Cool.
Luca placed a sinker on the line. Sometimes the best stuff is at the bottom of the pond.
Malice 80 proof whiskey. A hard liquor for a hard man. Best leave that be. It's a real piece of work to leave something like that lying around.
Luca placed a sinker. Sometime the road leading to Beacon Pines was long and uninspiring. A sort of natural barrier for the impatient.
Don't go here. Got it. Nothing else to do here? Okay.
Luca checked the soles of his sandals.
Bunny hopping 'cause it makes me look faster. Doobly doop be doop ba doop ba doop jump jump. Good morning, Jeff. What's so good about it? Another day forward down the tubes, if you ask me. I mean, now it's not all that bad. Festival's coming up. The festival. Oh man, Valentine used to put on Cogman shindigs all the time. Where did that get us? Well, it's Prenelio. It's probably very easy to pronounce. I'm just dumb right now. Harvest putting on this one. They're doing it for the whole town. As far as I see it, the difference between the old Valentine company, and the new Prenelio Harvest outfit.
Jeff dug through his pockets for a bit.
There's between this empty soup can, this brown banana. But both of those are garbage. Exactly. I like you, Jeff. Huh?
Kato motioned to the book in front of him.
More riddle beasts, more similes I see with people. I have collapses and fails. Ugh. Doesn't stay empty for long. I knew Queen would shut up shop pretty quickly. So you're saying it makes sense for someone new to start using the warehouse? Nature abhors a vacuum. I wasn't this wordy when I was 12. I wasn't a lot of things when I was 12. Man, now I just feel sad. No spoilers, please. Chase, no spoilers. Oh, sorry. Whitey's are gonna love it. Alright, Chase, catch you later. I read all these, okay. Can't go through there. Can't use the telephone. Or the mail. So who all lives in that house? Harris and Gus Valentine grew up in there. And someone moved in a few years back. That creepy kid in the vest? That sounds like the one. So just 3 people live in that huge thing? Been a bunch of shady stuff happens all the time in that place like that. Not really. The Valentines pretty much keep to themselves. So it's empty and boring? It's empty and boring? I'm gonna go get something to eat. It's empty and boring. So it's teaching me how to read better, but I still skip words sometimes. I'm also filling up a pot full of salt water, just gonna pop it on for dinner. I'm back. Sorry. Pretty much. What a waste. Mom said he used to be way busier back before Shaper died. For the foul harvest. Okay, that's the 5th time someone mentioned this foul harvest thing. You all said same ominous tone. Eventually they're gonna explain to me how that harvest got all fouled up. Can't keep my parents waiting anymore. This way. Maybe a history museum that apparently discusses it. A science experiment goes wrong. Bird dies, and then apparently the food goes bad. Yeah, that's grody. Be right back. I know I just got back, but... All I'm eating isn't grody. I found a fork on the floor that I should probably put in the sink. Also need to get a knife. What I'm eating requires a knife. It's cheese. It's a block of, it's not really a block of cheese. A block of cheese goes thunk when you hit it against the table. This is more of a card of cheese, I guess. Card pack. Box of cards of cheese. Those guys would ditch me by this point. Why are you still here? You look like you use some help. You know what, Luca? You're not so bad. I just gotta through this as simply as possible. Just eat, smile, and nod. Fun. Get ready to don't bring up their work. I think I can handle that.
Beck took a long breath, then gave a firm nod.
It's nothing.
Chapter 4. Dinner with the Moodwills. Ilona Moodwill was worried about change. A gardener at heart, she understood the necessity of change, relied on it even. But there was a difference between the controlled world of her plants and this cluttered cottage in a strange town. Almost done. Nellie was a blur of activity, digging through boxes. Sorry, love, couldn't find the dishes. We'll have to make do with paper plates. Dinner went by without much conversation. As she watched Beck and Luca finish up their pizza, Ilona let herself relax into the chair. The things she cared about were still here. Nellie finally had the job of her dreams.
Where this story is going, this sound's either gonna be fake or you're gonna lose that job regardless. I played too many Cosmic Horror Stories. I know how this ends.
Beck was beginning to take root. Ilona's task was simply to tend to them. She could do that.
Tell us about yourself. Where do you live? I live with my grandma. Over the other side of the river. Your grandma? Where are your parents at? Beck? Manners? That's alright. My dad passed away in an accident at the fertilizer plant 6 years back. Oh dear. My mom's been missing for a few months now. Yeah, the music's pretty good. Zejolt? I think that's how you say your name, Zejolt? Like, missing?
Luca's eyes were fixed to his plate, pushing a chunk of pineapple around with his finger. Nellie was the one who eventually broke the silence.
Luca, how'd you like the pizza? Oh, it was good. Very good. Normally we put more effort in dinner.
Ilona nervously gestured toward the boxes.
Ooh, I feel that. I'm still not fully unpacked, and I've been here for a while. I haven't fully settled in, and Beck has mentioned it's your favorite. I'm sorry, we're just skipping the part where he said his mom was missing? Beck! I'm sorry, look at this move has us all a little tired.
Luca wiped his face with his sleeve.
No, it's fine. So Beck says you moved here for work?
Beck gave Luca a swift kick under the table.
Ow! I mean, what brought you to Beacon Pines? I mean, right the first time. You're here for work. I only would tell you this, but she's a brilliant chemist. I don't know about brilliant, but I love it. She's brilliant. Fiona Harvest has just made her the newest lead researcher of deep engineering. I think it's more impressive than it is. What's deep Is that a thing, or is that made up for game? Apparently nothing, because I even checked out slang, and it's like, do you mean engineering or deep dive? Or these other words that aren't what I searched for? She makes it sound a lot more impressive than it is. I'm just happy I get to make a difference in the world. Prenatal Harvest is the forefront of indulging horticulture. Something more useful than spraying water and excrement on the ground.
Luca glanced over to Beck. She seemed to be holding her breath.
What Nellie means, Luca, is that there are different ways to grow plants. Yeah, some people talk to their plants and hope for the best. And some people have to leave their job to let one pursue their dream. I swore you didn't.
Slammed her fist into the table, perhaps harder than she intended.
Hey, Luca! How about some dessert? Actually, I might meet my friend Rose soon.
Luca glanced outside to gauge the time. The sky was darker than he expected, filled with ominous clouds.
I think there's a storm brewing. I should get going. Oh, I didn't think there was any rain in the Olmec. Yeah, Olmecs aren't that useful around here.
Luca wiped his mouth one last time with his napkin and started to get up.
Thank you for the pizza. It really was good. See you at the festival, Beck. Well, I'll walk you home.
Surprised, Luca turned around. He knew Rollo could be prickly around new people. But Beck seemed cool. Rollo would warm up to her eventually. Probably. Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to break, revealing patches of star-filled summer night. Moonlight filtered down, shimmering in the treetops.
Sure, you can meet Rollo. You're not going home? No, I promised Rollo I'd tell him about...
Luca stopped himself mid-sentence.
Promised to tell him what? Spit it out, bub. We're thick as thieves now. This is your secret, you gotta tell me. Okay. You can come to Treehouse and I'll tell you both what happened. Heck yeah. Don't run. You don't know where the
Luca
treehouse
saw Beck
is.
skulking by the gate.
So you're telling me there's something mysterious or creepy about this place? It's mostly boring and empty. I refuse to believe that. Big spike gate, looming mansion, rich reclusive owners, even smells shady.
Beck grabbed the wrought iron bars and shook the gate.
Mark my words, you decadent nightmare. You decadent nightmare house. Reveal your secrets to me. What did you do? First of all, I told you so. Second, hide. That's Harris Valentine. Who's she talking to? Shh. Expect you to turn that suit in working order. Of course. As long as everything proceeds as planned. I don't know what this guy's voice would be. I don't know who this is. There's nothing to worry about. The thing I'm worried about is what's rightfully mine. If it means making some unseparable alliances, so be it. I do have a gas mask. Next time this guy talks, I'm gonna switch to the gas mask's voice and just use my normal voice for it. I couldn't agree more. It comes a time to suspend hostilities. I'll deal with our common threat. Now this is what I was talking about.
Beck's voice was an excited whisper.
Shady stuff. Someone in a suit like that tried to grab me yesterday. Seriously? You do understand when this all inevitably fails, I will deny everything? I wouldn't expect anything less of you. Just worry about your part and let me handle the rest. I can't wait to see the look on the Rube Kerr's face. Yes, the truth will come to light. So surprised you're so comfortable with potential collateral damage. It's one thing I've learned, is that change is painful. I was expecting shady. This is just flat-out supervillain talk. Don't mind me asking. Why? Why are you doing all this?
The mysterious figure retracted their mask, hair pushing out from all corners.
That's not good. Family.
A chill ran down Luca's spine. His vision blurred. Beck stifled a sharp wince, and Luca looked down to see himself wrenching her hand.
An answer I can certainly respect.
Gran tousled her hair back under the face mask.
Just remember, keep everything nice and normal until the festival. I don't need lessons in rousing suspicion.
Gran gave Eris a curt nod and disappeared into the night. Chapter 5. What big ears you have! Lucas sat shivering in the bushes, staring at his feet. After checking to make sure the coast was clear, Beck gave him a gentle tug on his sweater.
What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Why were you so scared of that old lady in the hazmat suit? That was my gran. That was your gran. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for all of this. Let's get to the tree house and figure out things there. Lead the way. For the last time, there's nothing to worry about. Of course, we're not worried.
The clipboard finished writing with a scratchy flourish and looked up.
I love they're just now called the clipboards. Just dotting our I's and crossing our T's. I'll try minding your P's and Q's.
Mr. Nuncreed, arms crossed over his paunch, gave an exhausted sigh.
If there's anything you need knowing, you know it. Absolutely! You just sign here acknowledging everything is accurate. Be out of your hair in a flash. Are you clones? Or twins? I really hope it's twins, because I don't think I can deal with clones as well with everything else that's happening. Weird goo, town conspiracy, clones, yep, nope. Oh, for the love of...
He snatched the pad and scribbled his name so hard the pen nearly snapped.
Why is your name spelled with F-U-C... Hey! There. And would you like my internal soul as well?
The clipboards looked at each other for a moment, almost pondering the possibility. Then broke into laughter as they walked away.
If they said yes, I would have been very... not upset, but very... Muh. It would be a muh emotion. Hi, Mr. Nuncreed. Luca, let me give you some advice. The next time someone you don't know asks to hear your thoughts, give him a good hard bop right in the kisser. Oh, Grant just tells me to keep away from the clipboards. That's good. That's good. Your Grant's a smart lady, Luca. Speaking of which, better run along home now. Too dark to be out wandering on your own. never had a treehouse. I never going to one, and it's a weird time to bring this up. I never had a treehouse as a kid. There's, you know, that inquires me owning the property. Or I have friends. Every day another $1. See you tomorrow, Z. You notice all the perennial harvest before go into the same drink? The fat cappuccino with electric phone. Why? I don't know. Just that's a little odd. Pretty weird for sure. Well, the customer's always right. See you bright and early tomorrow. Can't wait. Isn't the purpose? I never got decaf. Ready until time. Question is the bigger time. Live with the truth. What book are you reading? Yes.
William Kerr and Gus Valentine proudly surveyed the half-covered festival banner.
It's all coming together quite nicely. Could have done it without
The
you.
mayor gave a half-hearted shrug.
I'm not sure about that. Nonsense! That reminds me, I wasn't able to thank your sister for her contributions. Yes, she's been indisposed of late. She isn't much like me, does she? Oh no, that's not at all. She's just been busy. Of course. Regardless, we're forever grateful you could pass on my thanks to her. Each museum adds a real air of import to the whole affair. It could be very well separate the story of Beacon Pines without including the Valentines. My father was a great man. You're down to it, he
Kerr
was.
locked his arm on Gus's shoulder.
But I mean the entire Valentine family. Friars and company included. Can I ask you something, Mr. Kerr? Call me William. Ask away. William, why are you doing all this? Gosh, I never felt one need a compelling reason to throw a party. Not just the festival. All of this. There's gotta be 100 down in the luck towns out there. Why is Perennial Harvest so interested in helping Beacon Pines? You know what I love most about the horticultural business? Seeds. Seeds? Yep, little bundles of potential.
With a glimmer in his eye, Kerr gestured grandly toward the horizon.
Feed a seed right, nurture it, feed it, and grow into something truly special. You see potential here? Undoubtedly. The seeds of greatness is already under our feet. Now it needs a little nudge. And the right leadership, of course. Oh. Good night, Mr. Valentine. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, the treehouse is just a little further on from here. So what's your buddy Rolo like? He's Rolo. Not particularly helpful. Sorry, I just never thought about it. Lots of energy. It's funny, even when was trying not to be. Things have been tough for his family since the foul harvest. That damn time temple this foul harvest thingy is. It's kind of a long story. Hit me with the highlights. Okay. There used to be a fertilizer company here called Valentine's. We're kind of a big deal. Ooh, big deal fertilizer. It's a big deal to us. Their stuff really worked, farmers loved it. So Valentine grew and grew. Beacon Pines pretty much grew around it. Most everyone in town either worked for Shaper Valentine or used his fertilizer. Things were good. I'm sensing a big butt. Around 6 years ago, Shaper Valentine suddenly died. Something changed. Changed how? Could have been a bad patch. Maybe it was in the water, the air, or soil. Nobody knows. But all the crops... all the crops died. That one's on me. I watch Puppet History a lot. So Shaper Valentine died, all the crops died, therefore Shaper Valentine was a crop. I mean, if you have a dark interpretation on workers and business, then yeah. I'm gonna blame Valentine's. That foul harvest. Yeah. Valentine's fertilizer went out of business. Half the town lost their jobs. Sheesh. The next year crops came back, something was different. Plant a crop, do everything right, and sort of a crapshoot what happens. And no one knows why? Nope. I take it Rolo's farm got the short end of the stick? Yep, for some reason their farm was hit harder than others. That sucks. Things have gotten better since Perno Harvest came to town. The Beacon Pines Reborn initiative? Yep, first thing they did was get the town deep scrub. Even put up hotels, one town over for a week. Well, they decontaminated the groundwater. That's a lot of work, actually. Groundwater... Okay, so this is from someone who did water science in college. I didn't take a degree with it because my college dropout. But groundwater's where... I forgot to explain it without being too sciencey about it. It's literally water in the ground. It's where plants get a lot of nutrients from. And if that's corrupted, it's not good for you because that's like a good source of water. It's kind of it's been a while, so I might be misremembering details, but it's when you pump water from water pump, that's what it's coming from. It's getting water from the groundwater. So if that's not good, that's not good for your town, and you probably should just leave. So them decontaminating the groundwater, yeah, that's a lot of goodwill for any sort of person who works in crops or whatever. You better get going. Did I learn any new words? I did not.
Gently baited. Good first.
I wonder what happens if I try to use bait for something I already have.
Luca placed it sometime.
It's the same thing again. It's about time. Better give up and go home. Who's the new kid? Name's Beck. You must be Rolo. I see my reputation precedes me. Welcome to Mission Control.
Rolo waggled his head with pride.
Finally spare no expense in construction. I've seen worse looking piles of junk. Thanks! Hey, Luca, you know the safety concerns we talked about? Yeah? I was ready and made some improvements. Let me lock this baby down for a little test and filtration. Can't be too safe these days. He goes all out, doesn't he? Always. I know how to throw. Where do you guys get all this junk in the first place? There's a guy in town named Jeff who trades us junk for snacks. Junk food for junk. Nice. So, pretty sweet security, right? It's magic, I'll give you that. Luke, we sure can trust this new recruit? How about fur? Thanks, I guess? Okay, Luke, I promise to fill me in about the Valentine warehouse.
Luca sucked in a long breath.
So like I said, there's someone there. What are they doing? I don't know, but the place was lit up and active. Maybe they were squatters? I don't think so. It seemed more organized. A man pulled me in and I saw some sort of equipment running. A man pulled you in? Yeah, but I got away. He kept saying it was a man. I'm wearing a mask, right? Yep. It could have been a woman. How'd you get away? You got a rock or something and broke their mask? They just let go and I ran. Dang. That's intense. I wonder if you freaked out when you saw your grandma. Yeah, that's the other part. On the way here, Beck and I saw Harris Valentine meeting with Gran. Wearing the same sort of hazmat suit.
Rolo let out a low whistle.
They weren't there for idle chit-chat. It was a proper clandestine meetup. So let me get this straight. There's an operation in full swing at the Valentine warehouse. Gran was abducted by a strange man or woman in a protective suit. And then you saw your Gran in the same suit talking to Harris Valentine. Pretty much. I think this town's kind of awesome.
Rolo and Luca shot back a look.
No offense. And so we can logically conclude aliens or alien zombies have infiltrated the town. And the lady is your Gran, she tried to murder you. First of all, and for the last time, there are no aliens. Second, it could have been my Gran at the warehouse. Broke the person's mask to get away. The mask Gran was wearing wasn't damaged. She definitely hides something. Maybe. Gran's weird, but she might be the most boring person in the universe. Or don't she just sit around all day making jam? What could she possibly have to hide? I don't know, we haven't talked much since you moved in. She's not your grandmother. Either your dad or your mother did something suspicious. And now you're being watched. Your gran isn't from here? Nah, she came a few months ago to take care of me after his mom went missing. Do you know your gran before? Not really, no. The game's doing the same thing for me. It's been years since I've seen her. Luca, don't take this the wrong way. You sure your grand's on the up and up?
Luca gazed out the window.
I'm just saying, it sounds like a strange stuff has been happening since you showed up. Say the same thing about your family. But you're right. Luke, your gran is hiding something. I'm currently sandwiching croutons with bits of cheese, and that's why I keep eating myself because it's very crunchy. Roller, your gran is hiding something named Soul. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. It was a lot better than earlier when Rolo disappeared, and I think it's implied he got murdered. I'm really down with child murder. I'm down with that kind of thing. And as Pa always says, folks only bury stuff worth digging up. We need to investigate your house. My gran really is hiding something. You think I would have noticed by now? That's kind of the whole point of hiding something. I guess you're right. Gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you two tomorrow when the coast is clear. We'll start getting to the bottom of this. I'm always game for a good snoop. You can count me in.
Chapter 6. Secret Lair. Summer forged ahead, but the
pun.
nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows. Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
What time is it? Yes, I'm coming to the door. Well, I wonder on earth is that? The ridiculous thing on your head. Oh, this? It helps me think. I need a lot more of those. Joko, you want? She was laughing when I cracked this case wide open. The coast is clear? Yeah, whatever she's been up to this week, it's been keeping her busy most of the day. Very well. The game is afoot.
Luca and Beck rolled their eyes as Rolo strutted across the room.
Reverend Gran, where to hide my deepest, darkest secrets? That's where you least expect it.
Rolo flung open the cabinet with confidence. He coughed as a veil of dust hit his face.
I think it's safe to assume Anything that dusty isn't what we're looking for. See you, Joe, at Beacon Puns. Yep. Or maybe that's what she wants you to think. This, like, and again, any good detective knows not to trust their first hunch. Except if you're in an episode of Scooby-Doo. First hunches are for suckers. Eureka! She's on fire in order to burn the evidence. She kept that phone going every day, Laurel. Right, it might be too late. See the mounds of documents lost to ash. Okay. I'm gonna stop you right there. Let me just think for a moment. Look, is there anywhere Gran doesn't want you to go? Yeah, the closet upstairs. So maybe some reason we should check there first. No dice, it's locked. Well, well, well. Looks who stands to reason now. I have no idea where the key is. Really isn't that if it's really important. Probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has berry bushes. Who has ever thought? I'm going to take this important thing and huck it in a bush. True. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary? Well, she is always worried to break her fancy dishware in the kitchen. Doesn't matter anyway. I can't reach the latch.
A look of realization crept onto Luca's face.
All three kids snapped to glance at each other, then sprinted in turn toward the kitchen.
Alright, Rolo. It's your time to shine. Ah, yes. Call on my expert detective skills. Now I should proceed with...
Before he could finish, Luca scrambled up Rolo's back.
Hey, this is my idea of detective work! Every squad needs a good lockpick. Every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This is beneath my standing! So I complain and hold still. Got it.
The three crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Their eyes searched for anything amiss, but the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
Oh, that was anticlimactic. Yeah. I don't really know what we were expecting. Like, oh hey! We just yanked on this random teacup and...
As Beck pulled on one of the teacups, it slanted forward with a hollow click. The entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
Seems like your Gran has been doing some remodeling. Dude, only 2 types of people have secret layers. Evil masterminds and superheroes. Which one do you think she is? I'm gonna find out. Okay, so more of an unhinged conspiracist vibe. Oh, wow. Yeah, this cannot be good. Look around for jumping to conclusions.
Luca jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked. He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter. For a long moment, he just stared at it.
What you got? What do you got there? It's my dad. Looks like some of his old medical files. Your dad was a doctor?
Luca nodded and caressed the label with his thumb.
Well, are you gonna read it? Here, let me help.
Rolo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages. He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
How you actually read some of it? I can't read! One sec. Dense documents such as these are all like a cheeseburger. Best skip straight to the middle. Where all the messy, meaty bits live. Wow, I have no idea when the presence of pre-element scholar in dense documents. And cheeseburgers. By all means, proceed.
He stopped at a page and mimed, holding up a monocle.
Aha, here we are. Final examination of Terence Wilby. Patient shows sign of paleness and malaise. Body temperature continues to drop. He now describes soreness of muscles and joints. Similar to exhibits by Miss Wilby just a few days past. Still letting in lab results from Joseph.
Rollo looked up with heightened surprise.
Gee, creepy. Yeah, that's kind of disturbing. Who's Joseph? That's Mr. Nuncreed's name. Wait,
Rollo's finger traced across the page.
I'm scribbling in the margins. Be contagious? Scribbled claims the tap water's home has been contaminated. Perhaps environmental? Lab out the results and raise more questions. It's like he came back to his report later and made those notes. They might be related to something else.
Rollo scanned through several more pages.
Hey, Rhyme looks shady. Just couldn't help her. Disease or whatever it is. Progress is so fast. His wife passing, Terrence's condition follows close behind. Exacerbated by the loss. Enough is enough. I need to take matters in my own hands.
Luca, staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
What's it say next?
Rollo rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends. But there has to be more.
Luca frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
Luca, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical, see? What do you mean enough is enough? Why do you take matters into his own hands? This is bullshit.
Luca slammed the drawer shut. A spider web of string connected photos of people from the town, interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
Well, she sure has kept herself busy. Is your grand a serial killer? 'Cause I'm starting to get a vibe. It'd be ridiculous. Sure, she's just tracking the movements of everyone in town. Out of the kindness of her heart. But lists symbols by some of them. Yeah, Mr. Nuncreed is a checkmark. The cripples are inside a big circle. My moms are both on here. Both with question marks. Gus Valentine is a question mark. Harris' question mark's been crossed out. Mr. Kerr has a bullseye. The killer has chosen her next victim. We don't know what any of this means. It means probably not good. Good. What do we have here? Barrels marked caution explosive and jam jars? It's of jam to feed the whole town. What kind of singing jam is your grand making? She wouldn't have me walk around delivering bombs. Right? Only one way to find out.
Rollo casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam. He
Huckleberries
smacked his lips.
and brown sugar and ink? What?
Rollo plunged his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper.
Aha!
Rollo offered the slimy note to Luca and licked his fingers clean.
There's Mrs. Fertilli. A gram jam gram? So last time I used that disguise Harris provided to scout location. Time in the window should be possible. Operation Spark Club is a go. Aw man, are they doing a heist? If it is, it can't be good. It's more of a bombshell than a bomb, alright? You're new here, so let it slide. But I'm the bad joke guy around here.
They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
Cool, this looks like a treasure map. Why does it say Beacon Hill? Every map is a treasure map, Rolo. Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Can't follow that logic. Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. Starts at the entrance to town. If we follow it,
Rollo carefully traced the path with his finger.
it leads right
He
to
jabbed down at the end point.
Town Square? It's a fountain in the middle of the town. What a weird place to hide treasure. Well, it doesn't look like treasure to me. And the path on the map has the same symbol as the explosives over there. So, it's not haunted treasure. A real bummer. Rolo, what's the thing you've been excited about for the past month? The festival! Gulp. Did you just say gulp? It feels like a gulp kind of situation. Everyone be gathered near the center of town. She's gonna blow up the festival! Not if we stop her. What was that?
Luca looked up from the map.
What was what? No, I heard it too. That was the front door. Which means someone just shut the door. Which means someone's upstairs. Shh, quiet. Alright, hit the lights.
Beck flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark. Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps. The kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall. Then suddenly, it stopped. Without realizing, they'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence.
Hello?
A final few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and a voice now echoed down the stairs.
Anyone down there?
The three kids shuffled to the corners without a peep. As he began to descend the stairs, the man's voice punctuated every new step. Thump,
Yoo-hoo!
thump,
I'm not here to hurt anyone.
thump,
I'm just here to help. Just
thump. At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life.
huh. Guess it's nothing.
Rollo shifted suddenly. Luca gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched teeth.
Rolo, don't.
It was too late. Rollo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy figure.
Flamin' chicken, go!
With all his weight, Rollo tackled the man to the ground.
Rolo? Mysterious creepy man? Anyone there?
From the dark corner, they saw something move.
Well, I didn't know if I had it in me. There's only one way to find out. Crap, Rolo, that was awesome. Wait, did you just kill that person?
Luca scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief.
You sure crumbled him good, Rolo. He's knocked out cold.
As Beck flicked back on the light, Luca and Rollo both gasped in stereo.
Mr. Tolliver!
Chapter 7. The Interrogation of Hiram Tolliver. Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string. The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain, they couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Luca's house. After some deliberation, it was decided.
Like, that's a good cop, bad cop interrogation. Oh, I only have chill.
They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
I need to come back to this line. I'll handle this, just play it cool.
Chapter 4. Our harvest awaits.
Luca took a deep breath and gingerly opened the door, steeling himself for Gran's wrath.
Okay, I'm glad I can just skip to whatever I need to. Everything's fine. Gran? Gran? I know I wasn't supposed to go anywhere. I was just helping to look for Rollo. And Roxy came over. She was worried about him. So I figured if you wouldn't mind if I helped look for him. Turned out Rollo is safe and sound. Are they in the room?
Luca was alone.
The house was empty.
So Gran's not back yet. I guess that's a good thing. Nothing to know but sleep, I guess.
Luca was sitting by the pond,
Ah, dreams.
listening to small waves lap against a rock. His father sat in a folding chair in front of him. Without turning, he spoke.
Why don't you grab me some nice bait?
Sure thing, Dad. Luca hopped over to the tackle box and popped open the lid.
Inside was a rolling, buzzing mass.
We're fishing with bees? Luca's father gave a warm chuckle.
Well, you catch more fish with bees than honey. Pick us out a good one.
Luca closed his eyes and plucked out a bee. He could feel its wings struggle between his finger and thumb. Holding it at arm's length, he hurried over. His father deftly baited the hook and examined his work.
Interesting choice.
With a practiced flick of the wrist, the line buzzed in a graceful arc. The water accepted it without a splash or ripple.
Is there a reason if you... This game's made me look up things. Good fortune, productivity, guardians of nature, or secret symbol. It indicates something positive. Productivity, teamwork, and community. And seeing someone's actions towards you, or even so someone's words towards you. So, not much.
The wrong choice. But I respect it. The pond began to freeze over. Sometimes we gotta make the wrong choice before we can make it right.
Pallid ice propagated across the still surface with an alarming speed. Luca scrambled back as the ground beneath him turned cold.
Dad, I don't understand. Sorry, kiddo. Understanding isn't always part of the deal.
The relentless ice shot through the fishing line toward his father. Dad, look out!
His father casually wound the reel. None of it's your fault, you know. Never was.
Dad, we have to go! Luca grabbed his father's shoulders, trying to pull him away. Please, you have to run! The ice crackled as it spread across his father's hands.
That's the thing about fishing, Luca.
His chest began to crystallize.
You toss your hook in, and you never know what you're gonna pull out.
A shock of searing cold ran up Luca's arms. He gave one last desperate tug. The chair tipped backwards in a single frozen mass. Luca tried to stop the momentum, but it was too late. He watched the icy form of his father slam into the hard ground, shattering into 1,000 pieces that crowded around his feet. Dad, I don't understand. What does all this mean?
The gentle rustle of leaves was the only reply. Luca's eyes struggled to focus on the walkie-talkie.
Rollo?
Faintly, he could hear Rollo amongst the noise.
Luca! Rollo, is that you? Luca! There? Rollo's the middle of the night. Luca, thank God. Listen, I don't know how long this thing will work down here. Down
Rollo's
here?
voice was coming through more clearly now.
but some words were still just static.
Listen to me, someone grabbed me yesterday. What, the man in the hazmat suit? Took me some sort of... I think I'm underground. Underground? You okay? Kinda. Seem more interested in... For now, at least. Mr. Kerr said you made it back home safe. Kerr, no, trust. He's... Hold on, someone's coming.
The signal went silent.
Rolo? Rolo, where are you?
Luca held still, waiting for a response, his pounding heartbeat marking the passage of time.
Okay, I think they're gone. Getting worse. I can barely hear you.
Rolo's voice began to fade.
Lose the signal. Not much time. Mission control. You need to... The tray house. The tray house!
With that, the signal died for good.
What's he trying to say about the treehouse? What's at the treehouse? The antenna! Must mean you use the antenna in the treehouse to get a big signal. Rolo, you're a genius.
Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and sprinted to the treehouse.
Doesn't he... Beacon puns. I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, Rolo's assistant, it's called Mission Control, so that might be actually assigned to not go to the treehouse. But I'm in the horror scenario, so I have to follow it.
Luca heard a group of footsteps approaching. He dashed behind the bushes to avoid being spotted.
So we all understand our roles? And count on me? Still think we need more time. This wasn't the original plan.
Mr. Tolliver paused, shifting his eyes to one side.
I thought I was getting drugs. We're all in danger now. I for one refuse to sit idly by while the danger persists. Hiram, you just keep your wits about you.
Mr. Tolliver took one long, quiet breath.
You're right, you can count on me. I just wish we could have made that deal with Harris Valentine. Her resources would have still come in handy. As I said, I have no time to contact your call this morning. Plans change. How's Luca holding up? He's fine. You shouldn't lose sight of the fact that this is all. I know very well what all this is for. We have no choice. Operation Sparkplug has a new objective. Are we in agreement?
The three shared a determined look.
Good. We'll reconvene after the festival. Gran, why are you meeting with Miss Frontelli and Mr. Tolliver late at night? Hey, Luca! Ah! Don, you scared me! How long have you been there? Oh, just a few minutes. A few hours. Earlier I saw Mr. Tolliver and your Gran enter the diner together. When my shift at the newsstand was over, they still hadn't left. He was the greatest tool of any investigative reporter. Time. I left, I tailed them here. What do you think they're up to? Whatever it is, they seem organized and determined. I mentioned the festival. Yeah, I heard that too. Has Gran been doing anything different recently? Anything strange? She got a phone call this morning and rushed out the door. Call from Holliam Tolliver, it seems. She's either furious or terrified. Or both. Luca, be careful out there. I think they might be in the middle of a scoop of a lifetime. I will. Turning on my phone because I'm around the time where I get contacted to open the garage door. Are you coming out? Nah, I'm gonna stay out here for a bit longer. See you, Luca. Sullivan and Child. I did it. I changed the sign. Splendid. Did anyone see you? I don't believe so. You were right. Simple enough to just rearrange the letters. Odd choice for a blank, though. In situations such as these, odd is good.
The two boys shared a mischievous grin.
And for everyone to see the big reveal. Should be quite memorable. Let's make ourselves scarce for now. That's what I meant to do.
Luca placed it sometime.
Rollo, are you there? I'm at the treehouse now, Rollo. Mr. Kerr said you were alright. What's happened out there? Dang it, Rollo, where are you? Who's there?
Luca could only see a cloaked shape behind the rocket.
If you hear any alerts, it's me. I'm sorry. I got weapons in here. So you better come out right now.
He strained to hear as a muffled voice began.
Weapons? I could hear it's someone that's already dead.
Fear gripped Luca's throat.
Who are you? What, you don't recognize me? I guess I don't even recognize myself anymore.
Luca stared at the ground for a moment, trying to place the dampened voice. The figure shifted slowly from behind the rocket, revealing itself to Luca.
I'm a monster. And now they haunt me like the beast I am. Iggy.
Luca reached over empathetically. Iggy's tone jolted to dejected anger.
Don't touch me. This is all your fault.
Luca slumped to the ground, overwhelmed by guilt.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I lost control. So you couldn't control yourself for a second. And I get to be like this forever? Must be a way to fix this. Are you gonna be my savior? Perfect little Luca saves the day. With his positive attitude and power of friendship. None of this matters. There's no time. They're after me. Chase me all through Weep Wood. I only came in here to hide. Wait, from who? Who's after you? Luca! Luca! Rollo? It's not safe! Luca! Rollo, where are you? The treehouse! I'm at the treehouse, Rollo. Where are you? No, Luca, the treehouse isn't safe! They said they were going to the treehouse! I was trying to tell you to stay away from the treehouse! Who says they're going to the treehouse? The clipboards! What did I tell you? Preeminent harvest wackadoos are after me. They've been chasing me, yelling questions at me. What sort of questions? They're saying the same stuff they always do. But it's different now. Like, less asking, more threatening. You're gonna figure this out, Icky. Yeah, well, thanks. Hello? They're in prison in this Barbarian domicile. Crap, they found me. Luca, what's happening? Don't panic. You stay here and see what they want. Oh my god. Hello, Mr. Van Horn. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you have time for an informal chat? We'll be brief. Your time is valuable to us. Reach out in just a second. Of course, of course. No problem. Look, you gotta get out of there. Who's out there? Is it them? Yeah, it's clipboards. A bunch of them. How many? Maybe all of them? And yeah, you're right. You're saying the same stuff, but the creepy knob cranked 10. My young Iggy be present! We would love to hear his thoughts. Huh?
He slumped to his knees.
I don't know what to do. I'm just so tired. Look at what do we do?
Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and headed for the window.
Oh, my lead.
Luca and Iggy climbed up the back of the treehouse to its roof, where Rollo had constructed his MCDC, the Mission Control Defense Cannon. From behind the crowd of clipboards, William Kerr strode forward, a warm smile on his face.
Iggy, there you are! You all gave us a heck of a scare! No way, just leave me alone. Oh, I'm sorry, Iggy, but no can do. Don't worry, though. We're here to help. Help? Why were you chasing me? Iggy, look, can you talk some sense in your pal here? Just look at him. He's not well. What's wrong with him? What that gunk did to him? Well, that's a pretty honking big question, Luca. All you need to know is that he's sick. He's real sick, Luca. And I just need to let us up there and take care of him. I mean, Rollo's okay. He was back at his place resting. Yes, poor fellow just got a little lost. That's a lie. That's a hurtful thing to say, Luca. I thought we were buddies. Why, because he lets you ram him like a wackadoo? No one likes you, you creep.
Kerr's smile faltered.
Why don't you pop on down here so we can have a face-to-face? Yelling like this is gonna cause a heck of a sore throat. And who wants that?
Luca's grip tightened on the MCDC.
I had a completely different voice for this guy, now I just went to the weird southern creep. When you do Rollo, you liar. Oh shucks, look, the only teeny Fibba told you he was at home. He is resting and he is perfectly safe. For now, at least. What happens next is up to you, Luca. Look around. You're in quite a pickle, and I'm the only person in the whole wide world who can help you. You can decide how this ends.
Luca's mind raced. He was caught in a trap. What do you do when there's no hope? Iggy wiped his cheeks with a sleeve. What are you gonna do, Luca? Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Fight. He swung the Mission Control Defense Cannon around, aiming it confidently at the smirking face of William Kerr.
Hey, Mr. Kerr.
Luca summoned his most insolent demeanor.
Rollo sends to the guards. Hey! That's what I'm calling for, more than a little rude. And just plain unsanitary. Look, I really did think we were good pals. What a shame it's come to this.
Kerr turned his back on the two boys.
And this.
With a nonchalant wave of the hand, he made his exit. As the clipboards began to slowly advance on the treehouse, Luca looked to Iggy with resignation in his eyes. The end. That escalated quickly. Maybe discretion was the better part of valor here. Let's put a pin in this for now. Well, time to bust out the tickles.
Hey, Dish, want to see something cool? Yep. Check it.
Beck lunged forward and began to tickle under Tish's arms.
What is Dish, is he tickling you? Yep. Yep. Yep.
Tears began to form in Tish's eyes as she gasped for breath between gales of laughter.
That never seems to work for me. being tickled like that. I think it's like a genetic thing, like wiggling your ears. Speaking of, terrible fun fact for you. Everyone can wiggle their ears. The muscles that control it depend on, like, genetically. So you have the muscles for it. Just whether they work or not is a genetic thing. When I found that out, I was so disappointed because I would spend. There was a period of my life where I'd spend hours a day trying to wiggle my ears. It just doesn't work. TV show makes it look like a skill, but nope, it's just something that happens to you. Need to cough 1 sec.
Beck redoubled her efforts until Tish finally had had enough.
What just happened? She seems nice. Sorry for interruption. I think we're just threatening us.
Iggy's eyes darted around, a realization dawning on his face that he was now outnumbered.
I just remembered. I have somewhere to be. See you around, new kid.
Iggy kicked at the puddle before making his escape.
Whoa. What a little creep. Beck, I think you got a little ooze on your hair.
Beck shook the ooze out of her hair as best as she could.
Is it bad? It depends. What are your feelings of having a more mature, refined look? Oh, God.
Chapter 4. The Best Policy. Luca paused for a moment, catching his breath. He'd only just met Beck, and somehow he already managed to drag her into this mess. Hopefully he could make it up to her. But finding Rollo was his primary concern.
Luca, what the hell are you doing out here? And why'd a kid with gray hair just run past us in a panic?
Roxy and Fitz looked drained. It was clear they'd spent all day searching.
That's Beck. I don't care who she is. What happened? We're just out and look for Rollo. Luca, I need you to tell me the truth.
Roxy's temper could often be dismissed as the impatience of an older sibling, but this was the most intense Luca had ever seen her. Her eyes were wild and unfocused, looking straight through Luca.
We're running out of
In
time.
a torrent of rambled words and tears, Luca broke down.
Look at us playing in Reetwood yesterday. We're investigating lights at the old Valentine warehouse. But someone was there in a strange suit, and we hid in the dumpster and a heavy bag dropped on us. And I think it was a body. And so we ran, but we got split up. And I ran home. And it's all my fault. And now my best friend may never come back. Wow. Just, wow.
Roxy, still exhausted and angry, softened briefly as her eyes hunted the ground in thought. With a determined sigh, she looked up at Luca.
It's not your fault, Luca. Rollo's gonna be okay, I promise.
Roxy drew herself up.
I'm gonna fix this. Luca, go home. I wanna help. It's too dangerous for a kid. You can't just sit around. I have to do something.
Roxy tried to think of the safest place to send Luca.
You go back to the little treehouse you two like to play in. Wait there in case Rollo shows up. Sounds like a plan?
Luca wiped his cheeks and gave a quick nod.
The right thing telling me the truth. Now scoot. We leave a story? What other options do we have? Things been straight around here leading up to the festival. My dad has been acting weird lately. Well, weirder than normal.
Looking into the puddle, Roxy rubbed her arms to warm up.
Why is it so cold here? This place gives me the willies.
Mr. Nuncree jumped with a start.
Whoa, don't sneak up on an old fella like that. Sorry. Who are you talking to? What?
Luca motioned to the phone booth.
Oh, no. I was just checking because I thought I heard it ring. Dang thing never does, of course. Yeah, I never seen anyone use it, really. Whole thing's a waste of money, if you ask me. Any word from Rollo yet? Not yet. Long time for a boy to lose his way. Rollo knows his woods too well to get lost. Suppose you're right. Silly boy's antics have his whole town worried sick. Antics? You don't know Rollo likes to play his little pranks. You think this is a prank? What other possible explanation could there be? He's not playing a prank and he didn't get lost. Someone took him, I know it. How would you know that? Unless... Look, is someone else? Something else that you know?
Mr. Nuncreed gently placed one of his substantial hands on Luca's shoulder.
Dang it, boy, there's something you know. Something that can help your friend. You need to tell folks.
Luca peered up at Mr. Nuncreed. Kind eyes warmed a stern face. There was a deeper emotion hiding beneath it all. It was subtle, but Luca could sense something eating away at him. There was a shame lurking behind those eyes. A deep sadness. If Mr. Nuncreed was that worried about Rollo, maybe he could help.
Today, Rollo and I were messing around at the old Valentine warehouse.
Mr. Nuncreed raised an eyebrow.
Both of you? Were with Rollo when he went missing? Not exactly, I was hiding in the dumpster. The dumpster? What you were doing in there? At first we were just looking around, and someone in a strange yellow suit came and dumped something on us. We both got scared and ran. That was the last I saw of him. He got scared by some garbage. And that's why he don't go sulking in someone's dumpster. It wasn't garbage. I think it was a body. I'm sure it was just some trash. No, there's a name tag. It said Deep Engineering.
Mr. Nuncreed's shoulders slumped.
I wish you would have said that.
A deep sigh bellowed from his chest.
Why did you have to? I tried, Luca. God knows I tried to keep you safe.
Luca attempted to take a step back, but Nuncreed's hand clamped down on his shoulder.
Did I get another band-aiding again? But you Van Hults just can't help yourselves, can you? We're all so close. So close to being done with this.
With a firm shove, Nuncreed manhandled Luca into the phone booth.
What are you doing? It's out of my hands now.
The door latched shut with a mechanical hiss.
Shit.
As Luca pounded the glass, the floor dropped from under his feet. The inside of the phone booth was now a loose capsule, plummeting at gravity's whim. Luca winced and pressed his hands to the walls. As he braced for impact, the capsule hurried to a surprisingly smooth stop. He felt a cold rush of air and opened his eyes with hesitance. Two large figures in hazmat suits occluded his view. Luca heard the deep, resigned voice of Mr. Nuncreed over an intercom. He knows too much. The end. Wait. No. This isn't the end. I know there's still much more. Somehow this went wrong. Okay, let's try something else. Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble with ominous thunder.
You can make it home before the storm kicks off?
Luca surveyed the roiling clouds.
I say the odds are good. We should stay here and just make a break for it.
At that moment, the heavens opened up, unleashing torrential rain.
Care to recalculate those odds? Okay, Nelly will try to... Yep, we'll keep trying to reach your grandma on the phone. Meantime, you two hold tight. Sorry, not much to do up here. Most of my stuff is still in the boxes. And if I poke around, you're my guess. Clearly the only thing I can mess with is the...
Luca bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flowers. Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime. He flipped open the attached card.
We treehouse from Coach Walker and all the Fairfield gondolas. Boy, you weren't kidding about poking around, huh? Oh, sorry. Was this from your old school? The most recent one, yeah. Some schools gave me going away cards. Some did flowers. Scary music to good music. They trying to feel good about themselves, they do both. So you moved a lot. Yeah, that's the thing with having a brilliant parent. There's always a better job somewhere. I have to last longer put in some water. That's the sort of thing I would do if I cared. Care enough to keep them, is all.
Luca squinted into the eye hole of the microscope.
This looks wild. What is it? Gum? Gum?
Luca adjusted the slide with his fingers to get a better look.
Track the structural integrity of gum with increased amounts of chewing. Chewed that one for 47 days!
Luca wiped his hand off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh.
It's weird, I know.
Beck looked down, timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
I think it's weird, don't you? A little. But weird can be cool. Oh, wow. Only a radio just like this one at the treehouse. Probably not exactly like this one. Mom and I tore the whole thing down to the boats. Filled it with some state-of-the-art vacuum tubes. She seems pretty awesome. She gets scared away sometimes. I think she feels guilty for working too much. So when she does have time for me, she showers me with high-tech overcompensation.
Luca flicked at one of the toggles.
Making all sorts of stations on this. Not out here in the boonies. Couldn't believe the stuff I could pick up back in the city. But out here it's all farm reports and static. Ah, shucks. Luca, can I ask you something? Of course! And she breaks her legs. Dang, didn't that hurt? I'll be honest, that hurt more than expected. At least you look cool doing it.
Beck took a moment to watch the rivulets of water running down the window.
You ever feel alone? Like even when people are around? That's called depression. Well, Rolo can be pretty absent-minded sometimes. I'm serious. Does it feel like your family doesn't care what you want? It didn't used to feel that way. I know Gran loves me, but sometimes she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem.
Luca took a deep breath, exhaling slowly.
I know the feeling. How'd you deal with that? I guess I haven't yet. One thing my dad told me when I was little, don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. Try to hold it all in, you're gonna pop. Then what do? You don't know what to do. Dad never got to that part. Something I figured out on my own though. You gotta do something. Anything. Here. What are you doing? I know. Something. I'm gonna register complaints with the storm. Listen here, you miserable universe. Stop jerking me around. I just want things to go back to the way they were. Something tells me it's going to be alright. That things are going to change.
Luca let out a feral scream that echoed into the night.
Every time something changes, everything gets worse. Screw this town. Whoa. Let me try. Moving sucks. I hate it. I hate it that I hate it. Why can't I just deal with it and be happy for my mom? Why can't we just stay somewhere? Ugh.
Her voice dropped to a trembling whisper.
I just want to be a normal kid.
Beck brushed off her shirt and straightened up.
There. Oh, I actually feel a little better.
As abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
Thanks. I needed that. Me too. I should have it before the rain starts up again. Sure, I'll walk you out. See you and Rolio at the festival? Sounds good. Luca, don't let the universe jerk you around.
Beck gave Luca a light thump on the arm before heading in. Chapter 5. Friendly Feud.
The air was heavy with the hard rain's residue. The smell of wet things. Despite his dreary surroundings, Luca felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone, not even Rollo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rollo was still his best friend. Adding it back to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes. This is what Luca told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
Oh, they're gonna fight, aren't they? Hey, Don, tracking down a lead? You bet. You're introducing a new rumor. Turns out when Shaper Valentine died, he left behind a peculiar last will and testament. Peculiar how? He doesn't give his kids inheritance, there were conditions. Like what? The document stipulated that Harris had to take on a child as reward. He had our age, he just showed up in town one night with a lawyer. Solomon? Bingo. So Harris was forced to take care of him. Yep, or she would have lost everything. Why would Shaper care so much with some random kid? Remember how that old Sharper stowed some wild oats? Explains why Harris treats him. Or Solomon. How'd you find this all out? The girl will prove it never reveals her source, Luca. Are you still here? Were you here during the rain? Oh, I have a bad feeling. Excuse me, what are you doing? Just locking up for the night, sir. Oh, wonderful. I can only assume this means all festival preparation has been completed ahead of schedule. Not exactly, sir. The storm set us back a bit, and it's getting late, so we all decided to... You all... decided? Yes, sir. I'm aware that your job involved deciding things. We're all here at Cornelio Harvest because we believe in creating a better future, yes? Yes, sir, very much, sir. Do you want to be the one to tell us down we failed them? No. That we gave up because of a little rainstorm, we all got sleepy? Of course not, sir. Good. Then it's decided. Yes, sir, we're working till the task is done. See that you do. Our harvest awaits. Be right back. I need to feed my cat. She's being very indignant, and I'm pretty sure if I don't, she'll start attacking me. I'm back. I had to use the restroom in the meantime. Is pungent a new bait I can add to my repertoire of bait? Yes.
Luca wrapped a twig of thyme around the hook. Some fish have refined tastes.
I fed you. What do you want? Do you want me to lift you upon? I'm not gonna lift you upon the feeding terror. You can jump to yourself. I got a what? Property of Shaper Valentine. Figures. But if he had his way, property of Shaper Valentine will be written on everything in this town. Give it back to him? Might even want it back. This man got a contentious relationship with time. Be here in case he ever wants to pick it up. Are there any fish in this lake, or just random objects? Rollo, you still up there? I'm sorry, Rollo isn't accepting visitors at the moment. Come back never.
Luca had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times, and it always meant one thing.
You're upset. Oh, what makes you say that? Maybe because my best friend abandoned me for no reason. I didn't abandon you. Just a little late.
Rollo scoffed.
The rain held me up. Liar. We weren't even home. What? The storm got bad and I got worried. So I went looking for you. Imagine my surprise when I made it to your house and you weren't there. I haven't made it back yet. I'm not a fool, Luca. It's take all day to deliver some jam. No, the storm rode in out of nowhere. I got stuck after dinner at Beck's.
Luca stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much.
Beck? Dinner? What the heck's a Beck? She's a new kid in town. She's actually kind of cool. You like her. She needed to convince her parents she made new friends. New friends? I spent all day waiting for you, and you were off making new friends? It's not like that, Rollo. You know? I was waiting to make some upgrades to mission control. It's going to be a surprise. But you took so long that the storm knocked it all down. Just like you knocked down our friendship. What does that even mean?
Luca became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
It means you're a bad friend. You don't care about me. Of course I care, you ass. I knew I'd get in trouble waiting so late for you, but I kept my word, because that's what friends do. Oh wow, what a noble sacrifice you made. Easy for you to say, your grand doesn't care. You can stay out as long as you want. You wouldn't get in trouble. Seriously? You're acting like I chose this? If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad friend.
Rollo's tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
Maybe Paul's right. Storms bring more than water. I'm brought up the real Luca. Stop going to Paul's nonsense like it means anything. You know, at least my Pa's still around.
Words hung in the cold night air. Rollo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line. But it was too late.
Luca, Good night, Rollo. Dang it.
Luca dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for.
Rollo, what a jerk. I'll be a bad friend. Ooh, I'm Rollo. Look at me and my amazing family. Come on. Go! Oh, let me go. Guess I'm just never supposed to make new friends. Luca?
Gran cooed gently from the hallway.
You slept straight through breakfast. Luca, are you alright? I'm fine. Just don't feel like getting up yet. Or moving. Leave my mail by the bed. I've sulked like this before. Okay, I'll leave this oatmeal by the door. I gotta run out and take care of some things. Okay. I'd like later to check in. Sure.
Luca just wanted to be alone. He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing.
Well, so things were going to festival with him, he can shove it. Bet Rolo's still going to the festival. It's gonna be miserable.
Luca dozed off again.
Luca? I see you didn't eat your oatmeal. Wasn't hungry. Just in case you get hungry, I'll leave a sandwich here too. Thanks. Rolo came by. What did he say? Wanted to talk to you. What did you say? I told him you weren't feeling well. Good. You plan to sit in your room all day? Pretty much. Maybe die. Well, I need to pop away again for a minute. Decide to end your pity party and go outside. I think it'll do you some good. Noted.
Luca still couldn't bring himself to go out. Besides, if he ran into Rolo, he'd have to actually confront the situation.
Never an interesting festival anyway.
The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
Complete first volume.
Luca carefully opened the cover and began to read. Rolo had received it for his birthday, a special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art. Rolo cherished it, but asked that Luca keep it at his house. Luca wasn't sure if it was because Rolo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luca's more often. Whatever the reason, Luca didn't mind. But it had stayed right there where Rolo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luca lost himself in the pages. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft footsteps from the hallway.
Luca? My little friend came to see you. A girl named Becker Modwell. She says you met yesterday? What'd she say? Is she here? She's just dropping by. I told you weren't taking visitors today. I had an old lady voice that I've since lost at this point for her. Oh, she seems nice. Yeah. You had a fight with Rolo, didn't you? Can I come in? Maybe later. Alright then. I'll leave dinner on the kitchen table, in case you want to bite before bedtime.
Without realizing it, Luca had pouted away the entire afternoon. He once again felt the weight of it all, and allowed his weary eyes to close.
He wasn't on a bed.
Luca stood in a vast black expanse. He looked up at his father standing beside him. Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad, where are we? Taking a final loud gurgling sip, his father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source. Luca's eyes followed his father's gesture. In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire. Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat suit.
Stop having weird psychic dreams!
The figure's voice was a scratchy echo. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour, make yourself comfortable. Luca held his shivering hands over the flame to warm himself. It doesn't work that way here. Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame. It's a cold flame. See? Luca peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was Beacon Pines itself. Tiny buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame. Luca could see small shadows moving in the burning city. People. Luca leapt to his feet. We've got to help them! The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand. Why waste energy helping people who can't even help themselves? The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames. They only care about what's right in front of them, not like us. Luca's voice was a trembling whisper. Us? The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, the suit emitted a gasp. A cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly revealing the face within. Luca's own face looked back at him, older, worn, distant. The sensation was oddly familiar, as if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror. The doppelganger smiled. I tried to help once. He gestured towards his face, and all it got me was this. Luca staggered back. You aren't me.
Oh no, I know how this ends.
Luca felt a hand catch his shoulder. His father was there again, beside him. Every choice sets us on a path. This is the end of one of your paths, son. Luca watched his older self shake its head ruefully, its face twisting into a cruel grin. Welp, Dad. If you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luca watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward.
Phil, did you make this game?
Plunged into the flames. In a flash of cold light, he was gone. What does all of this mean? Luca felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder. Just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what we choose. Luca woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of his bed, silhouetted in the morning sun.
Mom? No, dear. It's only Gran.
Luca rubbed his eyes. The kind, concerned face of his Gran came into focus.
How are you feeling? Fine. Anything you want to talk about? I don't feel like talking. That's just as well. I didn't feel like listening. How about you sit there and listen a bit? Whatever you and Rolo fought about doesn't matter. But
Gran silenced Luca with a gentle pat on the leg.
fights between friends happen. What was said doesn't matter. The important thing is... Sorry, that came out louder than I intended. I didn't even break the butt. What the heck? 1 sec. I hate it when I break open my soda cans and then they don't open. The important thing is that it's not the last thing you ever say to each other. He said stuff about Dad. Do you think he meant it? No. He was just mad. And did you mean any things you said to him? No. Good. One must appreciate their friends in their best moments and accept them in their worst. Now get your little butt out of bed. The festival today. You don't want to miss that, do you? I guess not. Seems like a good opportunity to make amends with Rolo, doesn't it?
Luca gave a reluctant nod.
So buy him a corn dog and apologize. But he's the one that... What did I just say? Buy him a corn dog. That's a good boy. Things better with corn dogs. I need to get going now. Got some last minute festival business to take care of. I'll come find you at the fountain a little after lunch. Alright. I love you, Luca. Love you too.
Luca took a deep breath.
Okay. Luca realized he hasn't
6.
eaten anything in a full day.
Through thick and thin. Despite Luca's bitterness, Gran was right. He needed to hash things out with Rolo. A big fight changes the nature of a friendship. Whether, in the end, it is for the better or for the worse, all comes down to understanding.
If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them. Luca emerged from seclusion, taking in the crisp festival air. But the events of the day weren't on his mind. He had to find Rollo.
There you are. Luca. Rollo wanted me to tell you something. What is it?
Roxy rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
A space adventure, though you needn't buy it. If you're brave, go somewhere quiet. Roxy, I don't... It's a riddle, Luca. My goofy brother wants you to find him.
Luca looked down and kicked at the dirt.
Look, I know you two had a fight. Nothing more annoying than my little brother. It's my little brother that was best friend. So I'm doing him this one favor. Now I need one favor from you. Whatever that went down between you two, squash it. Welcome to our festival. I think I come back later for Mr. Kerr's speech. For Bill Kerr's speech? His name was Bill. Is Bill Kerr a word? It sounds like I discovered a pun, but for all I know, Bill Kerr. A dishonest person used clever means to cheat others out of something of that. The puns! It's worthy of an Ace Attorney character. How goes the beetle hunt? Pretty rotten. I haven't seen so much as a... I don't understand that. It's not just the beetles. We don't get many critters at all. It's like everything buzzes or skitters just packed up and left. I'm sure they're out somewhere. Yeah, the commotion of the festival just spooked them. Yeah, maybe that's it. Fine corn dog. Every single time. Yep. Wait for it. Unexplained sound once again noted. Like clockwork. What a bunch of drones.
Jeff was staring into the distance with a wistful look.
Hey Jeff, everything alright? Yeah, everything's fine. I mean, used to be fine. Just ain't right these days, you know? I really do, actually.
Jeff turned to Luca with a furrowed brow, then gave an understanding nod.
You do, don't you?
For a moment, the two now shared that same wistful gaze.
Another game that deserves to be voice acted by professional voice actors and not me alone in my house. First time I've seen that many smiling faces at the fowl harvest. My doubts about the prenatal harvest must admit they put on a nice party. Nope. Hey, Luca. So you're done at the library? Huh? Oh, nothing.
Griffin looked away suspiciously.
Nothing at all. So you're part of whatever this riddle thing is. And that's not in the quiet place, it's not the area with the ice cream. Alright, somewhere quiet. Hey, Luca.
Otto's eyes eyes lit with excitement.
I've been expecting you. Robin is deciphering the first riddle. The first? Oh, you didn't think that was all, did you? Rollo does go all out, doesn't he?
Kato straightened up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing.
On planet Farpo, you may take issue. When the fifth king dies, you need a tissue.
Kato stared at Luca eagerly.
Get it? Want me to tell you? No, it's okay. Let me figure it out. Alright, when you find it, bring it here to be verified. Said you want a hint, the offer still stands.
Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 4, from the shelf. Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
Oh, you found it.
Kato removed his book from the desk and replaced it with Luca's, turning on the lamp. As he slid the book under the purple light, 2 words glowed. The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue 5. Luca clicked his tongue with recognition.
I love cipher pen. So write secret messages everywhere with that. Only I had the secret flashlight needed to review it. And I lost it. Apparently he traded Jeff for this purple light bulb. Paired with his entire Halloween candy stash. Oh, Rollo. Let's see here.
Kato began flipping through the pages, stopping when he hit a glowing word.
Get away with such a grift.
He continued flipping.
Only found in Grub Cart.
Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked up.
That's it. Grift in Grub Cart. Griffin. Griffin's Grub Cart. I'm gonna go to Griffin's snack stand. Ah, brilliant! I guess you're off then? Good luck with the rest of the scavenger hunt. Thanks, Cabo. Good, we're back to wholesome activities instead of murder and traumatizing. Let's return the Perennial Harbor safe suit you borrowed. I think everyone noticed. Good. Can you tell me what you need it for? It's a favor for an enemy of my inmate. Isn't gonna harm Mr. Kerr, is it? All you need to know is that it's for the good of the family. Suspicious things still happening. Hey Griffin, did Rollo come?
Before Luca could finish his sentence, Griffin handed him a corn dog.
Oh, that's it? Bought and paid for. Enjoy! I thought it was supposed to be Ritter or something.
Luca shrugged, taking a sizable bite out of the corn dog.
Yuck. It's cold. Oh yeah, it's been sitting here for a while. Rollo wanted me to make sure to give you that one specifically. That's just...
Luca tongued at his cheeks, feeling something rough between his teeth. He reached into his mouth and pulled out a slip of paper.
Oh, come on.
He shook off the bits of corn dog to read the slip.
Pick up when you need some pep. There's a fountain up the step.
Luca finished off the remainder of the corn dog.
It's going to be a whole thing. Oh, the coffee shop. Okay, so a common trope for a lot of people who failed riddles, you don't read the whole riddle. I just read in the fountain up the step, as in it's past the fountain. Don't do that. Make sure you read all the riddle, otherwise you get bad things happen. There you are, Luca. There's no way I'm actually doing this. It's way below my pay grade. Oh, come on, you big stiff. Let the kids have some fun. Fine. But Rollo owes me one.
Lumi waved his hands around sarcastically as he began.
That's a guy? What takes flight but has no rings? Your final task of friendship rings. Yeah, that wasn't so hard. Ugh, food cheapened somehow. I think it's sweet. Good luck, Luca. I have to think about this, actually. Take flight, but has no wings. Balloons. I'm just blind. Hey. Hey! You find the comic book? Yep. Got the corn dog? Yeah? Well then, I always make for what I said. But here, you've earned this.
Rolo sheepishly handed Luca the balloons.
Thanks. You didn't have to go to all this trouble. Oh, I can use that for the Iggy thing. I'm sorry I got so mad. Hey, you're supposed to let me apologize first. I'm sorry. I apologized twice before me. Just let me do this. Look, I'm really sorry. Everything that happened with your mom and all. I just want to be there for you. Be a good friend, you know? When you see her hang out with someone else, I kind of freaked out. Hello. Still my turn. I feel like if you needed some new friend to help you, it means it wasn't good enough. That was selfish and wrong. I was wrong. I'm so sorry, Luca. Okay, apology over. You can talk now.
Luca threw himself at Rolo, hugging him as tightly as he could.
Oh, I don't deserve you. I don't deserve you either. That's why I deserve each other. So, I have to keep telling myself number 12. Put the shipping goggles down. What else do you want to do today? You could stop around and try to find some info about your mom. Snoop where? Probably sneak into Bernardo Harvest HQ. Everyone's at the festival. Did you hear us with the stuff those clipboards right down? If we get caught, I think it's just enough excitement for 1 week. Let's just make a face today about us. Really? Yeah, the rest of the world can wait one more day. You know, I've been waiting to get some work done on the MDCS mission control. Name's a bit unpredictable. That sounds perfect. Did I get new? Nope.
Luca wrapped Thumbfish.
Oh, time. Do they all rhyme? Oh, almost forgot. I ran into Gran this morning. She asked me to give you this.
Rolo handed Luca an unopened letter.
I'll wait for you inside if you want to read it now. Letter?
Luca, some things are going to happen that might be difficult for you to understand. If I am honest, I hardly understand them myself. But whatever happens, I need you to know that I love you. None of this is fair to you. You have already lost so much. We both have. I wish there was a simpler way forward. But if there is, I haven't thought of it. God knows I've tried. Everything I've done, I did for you. I hope someday you can accept that. Love, Gran.
I love you too, Gran.
Luca folded the paper into his pocket and headed up the ladder.
What's up with the letter? Anything you want to talk about? Maybe later. Sure, whatever you want. I really never go to the trouble just to apologize. I know. We're looking forward to the festival for weeks. I'm gonna ruin everything with my big mouth. It's the best way to make sure you still had a good time without me. Hello.
Luca was at a loss for words, but that was fine. Words aren't always necessary.
The festival seems nice. Was it nice? We can still go. Nah, this is fine. Well, there's always next year.
Sadly, this was untrue.
What do you mean this is untrue?
A distant rumble shook the treehouse.
Huh? What was that? Aw, man, we missed the fireworks?
It was not fireworks. It was something the boys couldn't possibly comprehend. Something as old and cruel as time itself.
What?
A
What?
shockwave of cold tore through the room. A bitter, unfathomable chill.
Come on, I just had a whole sweet thing. You can't. Come on. Ugh.
Before they could react, it encased them in ice. Two boys, reunited by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason.
What is happening in this town?
And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene.
No, run it
In a
back.
silent treehouse turned statuary, in a town brought low by its secrets, sits a pair of friends, alone, together,
Well,
for the rest of time.
The end.
No, that can't be the ending. It simply can't.
I agree with you, voice.
I won't accept it, and I hope you won't either.
No, it was a perfect ending. It was very sweet. And then they ruined it with ice. Everything's frozen.
There are more endings, more possibilities. I can feel it. We are just going to have to sort through them all until we find the one that fits.
I have to go. I have to make myself dinner and such. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope to see you Monday for more Stardew Valley with K. I don't. I'm gonna need some time to recover from that because that. What? No! No, 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 no! I might put Call of Cthulhu on hold because I want to see this through to the end. And also, I still don't know why I move so slow. It's not agonizing slow, but I keep hoping there's a shift key at times. Yeah. I hope you enjoy the rest of this. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you guys stay safe, and I hope to see you next week. I'll see you then.